Hello, friends, and welcome back to another Needlessly Nostalgic. I'm one of your hosts, Tyler Nichols, with my other host, Mr. Lance Velchek. Lance, got a bunch of, got two childless men about to talk about some dream child. I feel like there's a lot of elements of this movie where you and I are not going to connect to in any way. Maybe this was the episode that we should have had a female guest on.
Yeah, it's a female-centric movie. But hey, man, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I've been around kids before, so have you. I've seen a couple in real life, you know?
There was as many times during this viewing where I went, oh, yeah, I could see as a parent this movie really fucking with you. Or like, or especially even more so, a pregnant mother. I guess they're usually called expecting mothers. It's like, yeah, that then watching this movie, I imagine would be quite a different experience.
I appreciate the turn of this because what else can essentially a high schooler do? And yeah, I mean, it's essentially I don't want to say abortion right off the bat, but that is it's an element of this. I mean, like it is in the back of the thing. It's one of those movies. It's a Black Christmas of the Elm Street movies, right?
It's a literal conversation in this movie. So
no, but I don't want to just define it by that, but it is important because,
it's very much a key element, key tenet of the film. So what's your history with Dream Child? Like we've gone over, because I feel like I know that this can have a little bit of retread because obviously the Elm Street series in general, but I feel like with every movie you kind of have a different relationship with for these big titles. So where does Dream Child fall in your childhood?
I probably saw this one. This is probably in the higher tier. I don't know why. I can't remember because the cover sucks. I didn't grow up with that cool art cover. I grew up with the Freddy near the crib. Not crib, the stroller, like the promo shot.
No.
Is that a bassinet? Yeah, whatever it is. Essentially, that's the cover on the VHS. But for some reason, I feel this might have been on TV more. I don't know why. I feel like this is just one of the ones that was always on as a kid. A spoiler alert, I've never hated it. I know it's considered a terrible one, but my history has always been kind of similar, which is, hey, man, this is an interesting little turn. It is what it is. I mean, for number 5, I mean, it could be a lot worse, but yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like I've always just had this around. Not the top of my list or the bottom, man. What about you?
Yeah, I've always considered this to be kind of the middle of the road Elm Street. Nothing. I don't think it's offensive. I don't think that it's, breaking any crazy new boundaries. I also don't think that it is the blueprint like Dream Master is. It's definitely still Dieter's off and does some strange things, and we'll get into the things I don't like. But I'm pretty much in line with you where it's still a film that I still I've always enjoyed and always have gotten a kick out of because it's a deeper and darker movie than you would expect on the surface. And yeah, so there's some stuff that like, teenage Tyler probably did not appreciate, but we'll get into it as we go throughout. But there were things that I hated about this movie as a kid. I hated the comic book stuff. I hated Mark. There was just random stuff. I also wasn't a big fan of the motorcycle death because of the fact that it was cut. In my brain, all I could see were the cuts. I'm like, clearly we were supposed to see more. But I've gotten over that. That's not as big of a thing because we're still able to see so much. It's not like this isn't Friday the 13th Part 7 where damn near every kill is then like cut away from. So we're still able to see some stuff. But no, I've really come around on this film and I'm a big fan at this point. So let's get into Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. This released in what are you owing?
I said let's do it.
Oh,
let's do it.
I thought you said,
I was encouraging you. I was like, let's do it. Okay.
I thought you groaned, so that I'm like, wait, why are you groaning? I thought this is the good thing. We're getting into it.
The movie.
Yeah. Okay. So 1989, directed by Stephen Hopkins. This is, I need to actually open up the IMDb full thing because I realized from last time that they just didn't have all the writers listed. So these are based on characters from Wes Craven, story by John Skipp, Craig Spector, and Leslie Boehm, and screenplay by Leslie Boehm. Leslie is actually a guy because I looked up because I'm like, wait, is Leslie married to one of these other people? But no, Leslie's a dude. And starring Robert Englund, Lisa Wilcox, Kelly Jo Minter, Danny Hassel, Erica Anderson, and where is he? Wait, why can't I find him? Oh no. I was going to say the dad, but I can't find him. And the dad.
The dad.
The dad.
Nicholas Mealy? Maybe? I don't know. Who knows?
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Dennis Johnson, because Johnson's her last name. Yep. Nicholas Mealy. So there's actually one thing that I want to talk about before we get into the actual movie, because I went on a rabbit hole because of this film and because of the opening credits. Because there was a name that popped up, Annette Benson. And it made me go, I feel like I've seen that name before. So then I went to see what else she's done. This casting director is the same casting director for the first 5 Elm Street films. This is her last one. So we have her to thank for the different casts that we've gotten, which I've been a big fan of these casts. But I also want to bring up because she's cast some other films that you and I know quite well. Universal Soldier, Freeway, Double Dragon, and Christine.
It's a great run. That's a great run.
Yeah.
I mean, even the bad, I'm not saying all those movies are great, but they're all great even if they're terrible.
Yeah. I should also throw in, she did Surf Ninjas. Like there's
even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
So that's, I'm realizing how much Annette Benson really shaped my childhood, because these are some big movies for me, and I really like the actors in it. So, what an opening!
It's strange because it's breaking the mold. We just get like the title card and then the most, I don't know, fucking up close sex scene I've ever seen. I couldn't tell what was what. I mean, again, I'm getting old. Maybe my eyes aren't as good, but I was like, is that an ass cheek? Is that the back? Are they all backs? Is it? Which one's the guy's back?
Dude, it's all just abstract close shots. There's times where you think it's like, oh, is that a leg? And then it's like, oh wait, no, it's an arm. It's like, oh wait, no, that's the back. It's the crook of the back. It's this, it's that. It cracks me up. And it's even, I mean, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but it's made even funnier by the fact that the male actor is actually the guy that plays Super Freddy later in the movie.
Oh yeah, the buff guy.
Yeah, which I can't remember who the girl is. They may have mentioned it in Never Sleep Again, but I'll always get a kick out of the fact that it's like, hey, come be a stuntman on, you get to be Super Freddy, and you also get to screw around with this girl.
I mean, did they really even screw around, or was it? I feel like they just lit it weird and then had a camera like 4 inches from the bodies. But I mean, I guess you're right. It's not a bad day of work.
Yeah, I mean, he made it sound like it was a great time, so I have a feeling it's.
I remember he was a little too excited in that documentary, right? If I'm correct. I was like, dude, just play it down a little.
Yeah, there was definitely no intimacy coordinator on that set.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it is weird, but I think the chalkboard, like the chalk title cards, work really, really well with the Elm Street aesthetic. Like that's Elm Street. It's very because it's not this film, but the other, what was it? Is it the third? No, it is Dream Master that has the chalk beginning. Yes. So it almost feels Dream like Master that connection.
No, I think that's a fine opening. It switches it up too. It's not something being built or drawn. It's past Freddy.
Yeah.
And the opening, it's funny watching this. I had a big flashback. So when I was a little kid, I had to see this little because the shower scene both scared me, or at least made me uneasy, because I had a shower very similar to that in my downstairs bathroom as a kid. And I also remember being, let's be very honest, aroused because it was a naked girl, which it had to be. I think it was a body double because I feel like her boobs are bigger when we see it. Like
it's 100% a body double.
Yeah, through the yeah, but I didn't want to look it up because I don't want to be disappointed. But just she was like in better shape when we see the glass. It's all fogged up, so all that stuff.
Elm Street's notorious for their body doubles.
I just remember,
chances are it's gonna be a body double if you.
I mean, but she jumps. Lisa Wilcox jumps through at the end, and I swear she has some side boob. So I don't know. Maybe that is not her. Regardless, I'm just saying that it's weird for me thinking this is hot and scary as a kid, and that kind of as a child not be able to kind of really work through that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I feel slightly weird even watching it now as an adult. Like that part, because I'm like, oh, there's a lot of things in my childhood popping up now where I'm like, oh, this is hot. Oh, this is weird. It's kind of creepy. She's like naked. It's like walk naked through some scary little hallway. I don't know. Just something I'm working through. That's all.
I feel like that's essentially sums up just life in general of I'm just working through this weird thing that happened in my childhood that now that I associate together that now I'm fucking weird about. Like, I get it. It's just, there's plenty of film. I mean, trying to think of Society.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Like there's weird. I think that the horror that then mixes sex with the like depraved. I don't know, those things essentially. It's kind of like how your pleasure center and the part of your brain that like likes pleasure and sex stuff, and then the part of the brain that like, I don't know, likes feet or like right by each other. So that's why there's a bunch of feet fetish. So it's like the people like the horror and the sex side, they seem to like share a similar part of the brain.
There's a Venn diagram, and they meet in the middle. It's just strange. Yeah. It's a strange thing, but I actually love this opening. I would actually argue it might be one of my favorites. It really sets the tone, and what I was really thinking about last night. This opening kind of sparked it. This entire time I'm like, okay, I remember this franchise at its peak being bright and colorful. And that's really just number 4. Outside like 2 scenes, this movie is not that. This movie is gothic as fuck.
Yeah.
And like, these like wide angle lenses, weird like Dutch angles, sepia toned cinematography. So this is like, this is my vibe. Now that I'm thinking about like, okay, if I were to make an Elm Street movie, this opening, how it looks and feels is kind of where I think my brain would go. So it's just an interesting deviation from MTV Freddy because it's still in the same bloodline. It still feels similar. It's not so much of a course correction that it's jarring, but it definitely it's a different flavor. And something about this creepy, haunted looking insane asylum is just, I don't know, something about it really works with me. It's weirder than I remember it being.
I want to posit something to you. So something that I noticed when watching this movie, and then this scene in particular that made me go, oh, I have a feeling Lance really loves this. And it was the shower scene. And it's because, do you realize the parallels between that shower scene and a certain scene from Captain Ron?
Getting stuck in the shower, only instead of being hilarious, Martin Shore and what's her face? It's horrifying.
They literally share shots. There are multiple times where I'm like, oh God, yeah, that's the same shot that they do in Captain Ron. Oh, it's that, and it's the same setup. It's the same. I don't know. It was one of those things where as soon as it happened, I'm like, so as when you mentioned that it's your like maybe your favorite opening, I'm like, oh really? I am not shocked to hear that the Captain Ron opening is your favorite.
Remember, Captain Ron was it was a deep seated thing for a while. I rewatched it for the first time in probably 20 years, like a couple years ago, and the floodgates opened and it all came coming back. So you're right. It might be like subconscious, but just something about like being stuck in the shower, filling up. And so it's like drowning aspect. And then she's vulnerable she's naked and everything about that. It's like, those are all things. I'm scared to drown. I don't want to be naked and vulnerable. And then we get in some crazy fucking, I don't even know how to, I mean, I know it's gothic, but this look of where all the 100 maniacs are is like, oh, that's exactly how one thinks to look. Just crazy.
and it's so grimy and gross, and they made sure the set designer or production designer, I should say, CJ Strawn. I need to give credit to 3 different people: production designer CJ Strawn, art director Timothy Gray, and set decorator John Jockinson. Because I don't think the cinematography. I think we have a step back in cinematography for this film compared to Dream Master. However, I think that the production design, art direction, all of that is just so phenomenal in this film.
I'm going to fight you a little. I feel like cinematography in part 4 was it was more rock and roll and it was more exciting. I don't think this is bad. In fact, I would argue, I think the look they're going for, I really enjoy it, but it is weird because if you would have asked me 2 days ago, I would have said this and 4 share a very similar look. I swear I remember looking similar. I swear this had more neon colors and it doesn't. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is part 4 really the only one that's colorful? Is that it? Is my entire existence thinking that peak Elm Street is colorful? And it's like, no, it's just one movie.
No, 6 is Freddy's Dead's pretty colorful.
But I don't, peak. We're talking peak, buddy. I feel like 6 is like the doesn't really count. That's like a weird, like,
doesn't count.
Like, well, no, I mean, 2 and 6 don't really fit. They're like segues, but like 1, 3, 4, and 5 to me, they were like this continuous thing. So I just remember, I guess, with that batch being more colorful, and it really comes down to just 4 being as popular. Hopefully somebody's answered a question from last episode, because I swear on my life, I think 4 is the big one, but I need somebody's help because I don't know. It could just be my brain, because clearly I'm not remembering things, and I know we'll get into it, but the voice we'll have to eventually talk about, huh?
The voice, I mean, I think the voice sounds the same as 4.
Not even close. Are you fucking with me, man?
No, I think the voice sounds the same as 4.
It's a boy! But I found the key. We'll see, bitch. We'll just see.
Okay, I'll get some time codes. We'll just continue.
Yeah, we'll get into it. And I don't think the cinematography is bad. I think that that 4, it was more intentional. This one, it just kind of seems Harlan had such a command of the camera. I feel like everything, like, he knew, cut here. Everything's felt very storyboarded and planned, which could very well not be. Just Harlan could have a just good understanding of it. Hopkins, I felt there was more of just like, just spin the camera around and then we'll just see what we can do in the edit. Like, there's just a couple more than a couple moments where I'm like, oh, okay, this just feels like he's just doing something just to do it versus, again, lacking in intention.
Interesting. I mean, let's go through it, man. I don't know. Because there's a couple things here that I was like, oh shit, Hopkins is I don't know. I could tell he's an action director.
Yeah,
kind of action director, because I feel like this movie's actiony in a different way than Harlan.
Yeah, it's a very more sterile action, like more of like almost like a 90s basic action. It's just, I don't know, it's just very, I don't feel lost. I feel like everything is very, like, I can see the sets versus before I can get, like, Dream Master, I was able to get lost in the worlds. This one, I'm like, okay, that's where the set ends. That's where this ends. That's where.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like I'm lost. I was much less lost in the actual, like, I don't know, vibe of the story.
Okay. I well, let's go through it. Let's keep, because this is one of those, like, as we go on, I have points to make, but I don't want to just throw them at you now.
Yeah. Well, and you talked earlier with you think that it's Lisa Wilcox coming out of the shower. I don't think it's her anytime she's naked, but if it is, I wouldn't be shocked, because they do creatively hide the nipple like a ton in this. I don't know if it was the MPAA, it was just like giving them a hard time, but they're very clearly trying to avoid the nipple. It's very strange, because there's some shots where I'm like, wait, did you guys like go in and digitally take out the nipple so that it doesn't show in the wide? Strange.
Yeah, when she comes out the portal and into the I don't know, that little hallway.
Mhm.
I thought it was her, but now that I have it paused, it's like, it's so blurry that it's probably just a stunt double. But at least it seemed more body type like her, where like when the person was in the shower, the boobs were a lot bigger. And I was like, well,
No.
I know that most people aren't looking at that, but I happen to. By circumstance, I just happened to look down and realize they were different size.
I mean, I think we talked about this when we did the Freddy versus Jason, which we're doing that again later on. But when I found out Catherine Isabel's shower scene was a body double, I was so disappointed. Ginger, no. What do you think about this is when we get a glimpse at the whole bastard son of 100 maniacs moniker, which it's shot in a really interesting way. Like that oneer, it's one of those shots where you can just pick one person to look at and be entertained.
Yeah, it pulls up, goes around. This is an amazing opening. This is the whip pans. I love this. I love this style of this aesthetic. I love, like I said, it almost has a very Terry Gilliam style to me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not I like the look, but just how he's shooting it to me kind of reminds me of that.
No,
and as
that
it spins
does,
around, they all put the hands over. I think it's great. It's cinematic and it's showing lore, but it doesn't. I don't feel annoyed. Like, okay, guys, I get it, because really this is just kind of mentioned in 3. I might have been brought up briefly in 4, but this is one of those things where we have this already set up. So showing it is, I think, them just really showing that it's this one guy. That's the seed. Yeah. That's Freddy. Because they make a good point to focus on him in the room, and then obviously in the bed scene, which is another cool thing where like she pushes him back and the camera pulls out, and clearly like he had to do like what's it called, the Texas switch.
Texas switch, yeah. Yep. I love that. I watched it twice. He went behind the bed because at first I'm like, wait, does he just run with the camera? But
so
no,
I was like, yeah, but yeah,
the camera pulls out too fast. They wouldn't have been able. They would have caught him. And yeah, I thought the same thing. But it also works well because it's not a flashback. Like this, you can watch this and with the thought of this didn't happen, or you could watch it with the thought of it happened exactly like this. I personally just view this as Freddy, like fucking with her more so. The remnants of Freddy, that I can't imagine any mental asylum like looking like this, being set up in like this kind of a way. So it feels exaggerated, over the top to
fancy.
To bring the point in better. But I think that's how it should be. It just works. It's the same thing of which we'll get to in Freddy's Dead, but they have a flashback of him murdering his wife, and it's done in like this weird dreamlike way, where from the perspective of the kid. So you're like, oh, did it happen this way, or is this just like a Freddy recreation? So I think yet again that's an advantage of the Elm Street series, where if they ever do a legit flashback in one of these movies, if we're ever lucky enough to get one again, I would just shut off the film, because it's like, no, that's not what these are.
The number in the the remake, isn't Kyle Gallner, doesn't he go in like an actual flashback? Because don't we see like Clancy Brown, all them like chase him into it, and it's all just real and boring?
No, that's a dream. Freddy does.
That's a dream.
Yeah, it's a dream. Freddy's trying to, because that's the whole point. Freddy's trying to fuck with them and make them think that he's the victim. We'll get into it.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough. It's been a while. No. Nightmare on Elm Street has the clear advantage because they can break rules and not, they don't have to be grounded, and they could do things that could not as a contradict, but could alter points in the story, but do it in a way because everything is dreamish and everything is perception. So they can play with reality in a way that doesn't feel like breaking rules or bother me. Because this one, the logic of this one, I will give credit, because at points I'm like, it's kind of breaking a rule, but it's not. It's just finding a way to kind of, okay, how do I do this now in a different way? And there's a lot of other series where I'd be like, that's a step too far for me. Yeah. This is what I want. This is where we're going. You can't have this happen there. Like, at least being awake because her baby's dreaming. Like that to me that's a cool idea.
Amazing.
A great idea. it twists things around. So it changes kind of the reality of what we've been dealing with, but it works in this story and it works in this series. Yeah. I don't necessarily know if I would want this from a Jason. No, let me rephrase it. I do not want this from a Jason or Michael Myers or Chucky. Yeah. I actually want more rigid rules. Dreams give me a lot of wiggle room, and I'm very okay with them playing around.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I think that's why this series just works so well, and it's able to be creative. It's able to do things that then, like, we don't then need we don't need over like an explanation for every little thing that's happening. It's because everything's presented in a way that makes sense. And I don't know, they've always, I think one thing too is that it's the connecting moments of almost every film builds off of each other. And there's ways that this, like, when you break the scene or this film down, there's things that don't make sense. Because yes, the baby element, Freddy being able to, get through Alice through her baby, but then it's like, but why? How did Freddy come back? Like,
yes,
because it's like we see Freddy come back, but he's already back before he's back. So it's like, so how is he then doing that? Like, and they don't ever really explain it. It's more of just like, and I think there's even a line where it's like they acknowledge of like he's just back.
I think it's when he comes back, she's like, I got rid of you. You can't come back. It's funny. I had that exact same conversation in my head because, I mean, this movie is a little convoluted, though I appreciate the path they took to, to get back. That being said, all I could think was this movie essentially establishes that you never kill Freddy. You just kind of put him back in the box.
Yes.
And he's alive and fine, hanging out, trying to get out of the box. Because exactly, like him getting in the baby's dreams is like, yes, but how did he get in the baby's dreams if he was destroyed? Like, how can he exist so essentially we didn't kill him last time. We just put him back in the box and he's been playing his way to get out, which is fine. I mean, at this point, after part 3, they got brought back how in 4 again? I mean, honestly, how?
Yep.
Like, I still don't understand how he came back in that one.
Which, yeah, I mean, we still don't. That's when you look at it.
So it's like at this point, yeah.
Yeah, it was within the dream that then pissed on his bones in reality that then brought him back to life. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But if he was gone, how would he come back? So exactly. Yeah, so this one's like the baby dreaming, at least it's enough for me to be like, fuck it, fine. Yep. And that's what you need at number 5. Fuck it, fine. Give me enough. Yep. Even in all fairness, though, Friday the 13th, there's at least 2, maybe 3 times where they're just like, electricity. It's like, yeah. I guess so, So I can't be too hard. At least Nightmare on Elm Street is thinking of like interesting, convoluted ways to bring it back. That being said, let me say it right now. If electricity ever brought Freddy back, I'd be okay. I don't give a shit. I really don't. In the end, I don't care if he comes back. I mean, make it cool. But logically, I think I'm past that now. It's like after 1, yeah,
anything that happens, I'm fine. I'm whatever. I mean, and then and Freddy said, isn't it just he's just around? Yeah. It's like he's just hanging out.
The first film is the one where you need like all the good logic, and like the sequels, it's like no, we're just in for a fun time. Same thing with like the Saw movies. Everything just gets more and more convoluted, more crazy and ridiculous. It's like, yeah, good. Keep doing that. I don't want you to then try and like actually make it serious and go for that. Like, fuck that. That's what I want. I want this to be insane.
I do want to say real quick, I want to give Saw credit. It's not exactly my series, but it's the only thing in my lifetime that I was like of age 4 that just kept getting sequels that were also connected. Because when I was like able to rent movies, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Michael Myers, all of them existed really to a certain extent. Saw I was there like live for. Yeah. And, any issues I might have with sequels and things like that personally, because it's like not exactly my series. I do absolutely love that it was essentially we were living through our Nightmare on Elm Street. Sequel after sequel after sequel. Connection, convoluted, more connection, convoluted to crazy connection. So a part of me is like, you know what? At least we got to experience that because that is fucking dead now. They will just reboot, soft reboot, change, remake like that. It's not worth the Okay, let's do number 9. Fuck, were we at number 8? Okay, he was in a graveyard, but the actor's dead. So let's make the graveyard actually a dream and the fucking bop, 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 bop. It's, there was something I missed about that. So I just want to say that RIP.
We're getting our 4th Carrie. We're getting like our, there was something that was recently announced from like, what? Really? A remake of that? Like, what are we doing? Why is this happening so much?
There's movies that should be remade, and we're not remaking any of those. I love Flanagan, but like, man, I couldn't give a shit about a new Carrie. I'm like, dude, I don't care.
I cared when it was rumored that Millie Shapiro from Hereditary was rumored for the lead, and then
sure, well, that's at least something more realistic.
A super generic actress from the Chucky TV show was cast instead, and I know Flanagan works well with actors, but I've seen that girl act, and he's gonna have to do a miracle there.
Yeah, but what's her Instagram account following? That's
probably big.
That's what they're doing, dude. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's too bad. But with Dream Child, Alice, like, what about Alice here? Because she's already so much more confident, where I almost started writing the note of she feels like a different character, but that's just because she looks different. But then once the performance starts up, I'm like, oh, yeah, this still is Alice. She still is this meek girl, but she just like, she looks like a fucking popular girl now.
After watching this movie, I think I could confidently say in this series, Alice is my favorite as the protagonist, because she's meek, but there is a level of like no bullshitting that she had in 4, that she has here, that I like it. And Nancy had it too as well. Don't get me wrong, I like Nancy, but I feel at least Wilcox is probably a better actress.
Yeah.
Is it bad to say that? And so it's like, you know what? I'm invested, and I really enjoy her character in this. The mother aspect makes her more responsible. Regardless, they do feel like they've grown a little. I know they're like probably a year older. They just graduated high school, but I like that. I like that we're at a fucking high school. I like that everybody has a slightly more, or I should say, a more of a grasp on life. I don't know, outside of Mark, but. Wilcox's interpretation of a slightly more mature Alice is fantastic. And so I think she's the saving grace. Not that there needs to be one, but I really, and you know how I feel about fucking teens in these movies. I usually don't care. I'm on Alice's side, and that should say a lot. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, we talked about it last time, but the character issue of this film, because it's like, where were these people? Like, this is a year later. Where were these people? Which is too bad, because I actually really like these. I like these people, but they're just poor imitations of their Part 4 counterparts. Like, that's Greta is, what's her name? The cockroach girl.
Yes. I don't know the name. Cockroach girl.
Yvonne is Sheila. Mark is Rick.
Yvonne is better than Sheila, though. I think Yvonne's a better character.
So that's where there we go. There's one thing we'll disagree on. I don't like Yvonne that much. But I also I didn't like Sheila a ton either, but I guess Sheila probably would like edge her out. I wasn't a fan of Yvonne, but also I'm not shocked that you are, because this girl is in People Under the Stairs, and what else? She's in something else. Oh, she's in Out for Justice. Yeah, I just saw her.
I love that you just watch Out for Justice. I mean, yes, she shows up a little more. I think what I liked about her, even if she was not believing for a little too long, but at the same time, whatever, that's fine. I mean, though, my first thought when people weren't believing Alice was, there's been a shitload of deaths in this town and a shitload of people talking about the same character. So I'm a little hesitant to believe that nobody's going to believe her, because it's like, dude, this didn't start at Part 4.
Yeah.
It's started Part 1.
Yeah, they should already know of Fred. Like, they should already be a thing of Alice being like, I think Freddy's back. And like, there being like a little bit of maybe like trepidation during the graduation scene. But as soon as Dan dies, all of them need to be like, oh, fuck. Yep. Let's do this. Let's get this figured out. Because there's no way, if you guys are this close, because clearly you've grown this close in the year since Dream Master. So it's like, You're telling me that not once was it brought up of, hey, your brother Rick, I'm really sorry. Like, he killed himself, or like whatever excuse is given for that, where it's like, oh, he didn't. This is what happened. Like, come on.
And part 1 existed the same exact town.
2.
And I know, 2, really, all of it happened.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like 3 was at the institution, so like I could argue that. But then at the same time, it's just, I have a hard time believing. Regardless, I just liked Yvonne's confidence. I don't know. There's something about her. She just seemed tougher. And I like that. The other girl was a little more, as me and like, I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. But whatever. Regardless, you are right. They essentially should have existed in 4. They exist here just to get killed off. And they are kind of matching. You're right. Because like the Mark realistically is just a dorkier version of her brother, but her brother was kind of dorky as he's in like kung fu and shit.
He's super
Yvonne
dorky.
Is just I hate to be this guy, but like they had to she's the black girl. That's what she was replacing though. Like I said, I like her confidence. I think Kelly Jo Minter is just a better actress. Dan's back. I like that. And you're absolutely right that Greta was kind of the popular girl. I mean, the girl that was working out. It is the same thing. Yeah. Which is probably because it worked and it made him so much money. They're like, let's not mess around, guys. Clearly, this is the formula.
The blueprint where they're like, oh, this is just what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do this over and over. Which I assume part of me just assumes that Lisa Wilcox after 5 was just like, I'm gonna move on to other things.
Hey, she had a good run, man. I feel like because if Freddy said was the exact same with Lisa Wilcox, it would not have made it a better movie. So probably better to leave on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh God, I can't even. They'd probably would have killed her off, have her replaced by the Freddy's daughter character. Because I mean, we've discussed. That's what the Elm Street series does. It's like once they're moving on from a lead, they kill off that lead in the movie with the new one. So unless you're Mark Patton's still out there.
Yeah. He's still like he lived.
Yeah, Jesse's still alive and he's just hanging out in Springwood, seeing all these people die. He's like, shit.
He's a townie.
Should I do something about this?
Yeah, he should have been like a legacy character that came back. It's like, I know what's going on. Like that, I know what you did last summer. It's like, what did you do last summer? Like that kind of guy. Yeah. Should have just been like a town hall meeting. Like, it's happened before.
What did you dream about last night?
Exactly. Yeah, better they didn't, because that's lame.
Do you know Freddy? Have you ever heard the name Krueger?
By
so
5,
many
though,
dumb ways.
It should have been though. Like I know it sounds fan servicey, but by 5, it should have been it should be like an urban legend around.
Yes.
And the parents should have all been like, nope, doesn't exist, and all smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and being nervous. But like, at least in the school aspect or between the teens, or I guess they're still teens, right? Yeah, 19 probably.
Yeah.
It should have been a thing. That's how I would write it if I were in part 5 personally.
Yeah, though they should have one definite mistake with the script is they should not be high schoolers. With how much they've grown, they should have made them college. Like they're acting like college kids. They're together. Like Dan
they look 25.
Yeah, they have to make the excuse of Dan snuck in Alice's window, where it's like, no, you guys look like you live together because you look like fucking adults.
Listen, they can rent a car. I don't care what the script says. I would rent them a car 100%.
Did you notice I thought that the nursery rhyme in this sounds really weird. It's like they just recorded someone's kid. Like it's not much of a chorus. You can really pick out the individual voice.
Damn interesting. I didn't write it down. I didn't really catch it. I believe you.
Yeah, it's less chorusy. It has that less angelic, like weird dreamlike thing that's usually going with it.
This was the quickest shot one. Am I correct? This was the I know they were rushed, but this was the most rushed one in the series.
Yeah, according
So
to
I can see them
Dream Child,
like,
the Never Sleep Again. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that they probably like a month before release got one kid be like, okay, let's just loop you a couple times, call it a day, you know?
Yeah. The sound, or like the editor's kid is who that is.
Exactly.
Wouldn't shock me. So I love that they brought back the church set from the ending of 4, and it actually, which I wouldn't shock me based on how quickly they filmed this stuff if it was the actual set, because it looks the exact same.
I think the church aspect is a great piece of mythology that they bring back. I do want to make a little note. I think it's at 1458 exactly. A good old fashioned, awesome Gothic matte painting with a fucking gargoyle. I don't think Springwood is the type of town that has gargoyles, but you know what? I'm down. Just the church thing's good. I actually think the Miss Kruger, or is it Miss Kruger? Miss
Kruger. I don't think she was married.
What's her first name? Amanda Kruger. Yeah, I was like, Miss Kruger. I bringing Amanda Kruger back again, I think works. It's funny that this was established in 3 because it feels like such an important part of like the Kruger mythology. But I think this is where, as rushed as the story is, and yes, it has some problems, I think this connection to me makes the most sense with keeping in line with what came before. And that's maybe why I don't hate this movie like other people. I don't feel, it doesn't feel like it's reaching. I'm like, of course, she's always been around. She's a spirit. And having her essentially needed to like be brought back to stop her fucking evil son. Okay, that's cool. I don't know. It just doesn't feel out of the realm of possibility for like this kind of story. And I think it adds some cool Gothic elements. I've always been there, but I think Hopkins, how he frames this is a lot weirder, and I'm down with it.
Yeah. Well, when I mentioned earlier about the cinematography, I guess one like scene that I can point to is the church scene, because obviously it's a set from both films. I think the lighting in it is much more interesting. However, I can also give the reasoning of Freddy's not back yet. So we don't have the cool multicolor lights because Freddy's not at whatever full power. So it makes sense that it's more just like bland white light. But in the season 4, in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, that ending is much more colorful and vibrant.
Oh yeah. In all fairness, I feel that's just Harlan's, I think that's what Harlan brought to it. That's why I kept saying earlier how I'm surprised that this doesn't, even when Freddy comes and things are, I think they're different.
When Freddy comes.
Yeah, he gets off. When Freddy gets off, I don't feel that it ever really reaches even close to that kind of peak. I think Hopkins' big thing is, like the hospital, right? I'm looking at a scene right now. It's at 1642. It's Alice is on the gurney. We have a wide angle lens, super close to her face. The lights are moving. The walls are yellow and dirty. It's like, I think this is what he's really bringing to it. Like this is the style of this is I think what Hopkins is making his statement with. And Harlan, and I like Harlan a lot because I think what he did was really cool. He was very neon. And this is, I feel like even a little neon we get at one point at the end, it's never here.
No.
So I mean, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to argue is I feel that this is definitely like a preference because 4 is so pretty. And I will admit that right now, this film is not as pretty. 100%.
But I also want to point out, because the people that are listening to us right now, they can't see us. Lance's background is it's very plain. I have like a pink background right now, so it's very funny that I am yeah, I want color. That Lance is like, I think the drab look looks, or the drab look works. Where it's like, I'm not shocked that this conversation is happening.
Like, I'm gonna point you something. I'm gonna give you a time code, because I think this is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Right, hold on, give me a second. So they come into the room, right, and we get this shot, and it's like this. It's dirty. It's kind of bloody. We see this entire room. It's around like 1705, 06. There's a wide angle shot of this little hospital room, and it looks haunted. It like that's the look I like. Dirty gray. I would say like it looks like a theme park ride to me, and not in a bad way, and like a complimentary. Like this is the style of like an old insane asylum. Gray walls that have like the water coming down, the tile floor, things dirty. It's just I don't know, something about this I like a lot. Like I would hang out here. Okay, it's at 1724.
Like the wide shot of her on like the Amanda Kruger on the operating table.
Yes, like that to me, that's gorgeous. That's fucking gorgeous. I'd love this. I would hang out in here. I would build my desk in the corner, and we would do things here. Like something about this.
It's a gross morgue with dirt and blood and grime around it.
It is, but I'm saying I like how this looks. I like the set dressing. I like the bright white light. Everything's in a dark around it. I'm just saying I think it's beautiful. Just contrasting our different opinions. Like I'm vibing with this.
Yeah, there's some effort. I think that's the thing about this film that it's honestly doing this Elm Street rewatch. And I think the worst thing that could have happened was, and I don't know why it's never, sunk in with me of the fact that from 1984 to 1989, there was only 1 year without an Elm Street. And that was 1986, where it's just like, there's so much Elm Street and that's so much content. And they were able to put out to such a like high quality when we're talking narratively, but then technically the set designs just so fucking phenomenal. Yet we all like modern day, we're watching these films that have so much money behind them, that have a tenth of the passion and prowess, like just people giving a fuck. It's like I don't know. This if anything, watching and this movie in particular just made me mad. Because I'm like, this is a fifth Nightmare on Elm Street, and look at the set design. Look at all when do we get this? We don't get any of this kind of thing anymore. I like the Conjuring movies, but it's like it's just set in a fucking house. It's where it's like, oh, really went hard with that.
Think of Saw. I mentioned Saw earlier, right? I mean, that's the only modern thing we've had that have had multiple sequels within a year, right? I mean, like that was every year there's a Saw movie, right? And again, not talking shit because I know that there's fans and I really do appreciate what that has done. But if one thing we could all admit, though, 1 and 4 don't have completely different looks. Saw had a very specific look, and I'm not saying there's not cool cuts, there's not interesting camera work, there's not interesting deaths. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that part 1 and part 5, part 2 and part 3, all the same vibe and look because that was Saw. What's fucking crazy to me is that this series came out pretty much every year. Like you said, they skipped 1 year, but every look and style of the movie changed. I mean, 4 to 2 is a fucking like 100 miles away. 1 to 3 is very different. So I'm actually more impressed that not only was it short and beautiful, but like that they were able to do wildly different styles and all feel interconnected and the same. And maybe that's just because of dreams, though I would love that in every franchise. But I think that's even crazier because, okay, you have less than a year to shoot this movie. And the guy's like, well, I guess I could keep it looking exactly the same because we have that already planned out. But fuck it, I'm going to change it. I'm going to do it differently. I think that adds more pressure. It makes it more impressive that every year came out and then they twisted what it looked and felt like. And I think that's just wild. That'll never happen again. They can't. That's not how we live. But I mean, for a glorious time in the 80s, every entry in this series looked and felt different. I think that's fantastic, dude.
And audiences were actually on board for it, which I think we have Freddy Krueger to thank for that. He is the through line. He was, even with the ever changing, I mean, we had different characters damn near every film too. So Freddy was the one thing that you had as a consistency. And as much as we talk about, might say voice changing, makeup changing, more humor, less humor, the essence of Freddy is consistent, and Freddy is still Freddy.
Yeah.
which is massive. So that allows you to take these big swings and do things that might be a little bit different because you're still keeping Freddy as Freddy. One of the times where Freddy feels less like Freddy, Freddy's revenge. Like he's there. They went too far with the change. They essentially changed Freddy and they change all the stuff around it where it's like, no. We need some kind of consistency. And for some reason in that movie, the consistency was the house where it's like, no, you took the wrong lesson. The house is not the thing we need to be consistent about. That is not our lead.
You're right. I mean, Freddy did evolve though since then, but I felt like his evolution was done in baby steps to where, by this one, this is different than Freddy 1, but the essence of the character is the same, and he grew over time, and I think that's the smart thing. Because obviously, even in 3, I think we mentioned in our commentary that I was surprised that outside of a couple lines, he was a lot more subdued and scary, because I remember that being him more making jokes, right? Mm-hmm. But there was a couple jokes. And then 4, there's some more. 4 is, I think, the one that should have either made or break Freddy, and the fact that it made him more popular shows you that people were like, oh, they want to embrace the villain. And then this one is pretty much in line with 4. Like this one didn't go farther. This part 5 should have, in all honesty, pulled a seat of Chucky and overstepped. It should have overstepped because it would just make sense. At 4, he was like putting on sunglasses and sucking face or giving a little fucking eating pussy sign. I assume this one he'd be surfing and doing crazy shit. And this one actually did not do that. So let's hold hands and pray that and thank the God above that they didn't do that, because they had all the right to, and I wouldn't have been surprised.
Hey, Freddy does suck face in this.
No, I know, but I'm mentioning that this should have been the one where it's over the top. This should have been ridiculous. Like Roger Waters should have been. Not Roger Waters.
I only bring that up because it happens in the finale, and I'm like, holy fuck, Freddy makes out with Alice for like 3 seconds randomly.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
and it's and it's super loud, like it's gross. You can hear it's like ASMR where you can hear him like, oh.
That's great. Well, we'll get that. I love that. Real quick, I got to correct myself. I said Roger Waters. I meant John Waters. Obviously, the bassist from Pink Floyd was not in Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, not him. And that one, I love the line of the "We'll see, bitch. We'll see."
We'll see. See, or that's good Freddy voice. That's a good Freddy voice. And speaking of, I made a little note saying that did he say bitch at all in part 4? In part 3, he said like 9 times.
He had
and I feel like if he did, he said it once. So he didn't say it a lot. I would have notated bitch. But this one he brings it right back.
Vamp for a bit, and I'll figure it out.
But okay, that's a good example of we'll see, bitch, we'll see, of the modulated Freddy voice that I think sounds good. But that voice isn't consistent because, my friend, in this scene when he's with Dan in the car, he has the champagne bottle. It is, I can't stress this enough, just Robert Englund's voice. Maybe a slight bit lower, but it's basically just like, hey, kid, here's that voice. Which is the weird thing because I think it's at 2650 or something, or 2651. But it's not the same voice. And it's like, what the fuck happened? 4, exact same tone the entire time. This one, sometimes it's overmodulated, sometimes it's undermodulated, sometimes it's just Robert Englund. I don't get what changed.
Bad year, Dan. I can hear. So that one I will give to you. It's either in 3 or 4, you call out something. I show the clip. It's modulated. So I will give you this one, but you've been wrong in the past.
Modulated. There's what I mean modulated. There is the Freddy voice, which is, like this is my voice, like that. And then there's like Robert Englund's voice. So I'm saying when I mean, like, I understand it's never just Robert Englund. There's a little effect, but it's like essentially, if I could hear Robert Englund, then there's not enough fucking modulation, so something's going wrong. That's what I really mean by like Robert Englund's voice, where he's holding up what's her name's head in part 3. He sounds like this. It's like, yeah, I'm sure it's a little bit deeper, but I'm just confused on why the tone of his voice is not the same. It's the same setting.
I think
What the fuck is
sometimes,
sitting on?
but I think it's sometimes just depend. I think it's England's delivery. I think sometimes he's like putting more of a thing on it, and then sometimes he's a little lighter. Like so, it just that I think the graveliness, then the effect just like enhance, like the modulation enhances.
And then I got to give a note then. Then Robert Englund's fucked up sometimes in these movies because 4, it was a consistent 100%. And I'm listening to it. I'm fucking looking to complain. Nothing. 3, off and on. 5, off and on. So I'm just saying, then if that's the case, then I got to say Robert Englund should have been more consistent. Sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I want the same voice. I'm going to fucking make a short. I'll make a short for our YouTube page. I'll give it to you for the Instagram. It's just going to be him changing his fucking voice, okay?
Please
I will spend time.
Because I'm the one that edits these episodes, and you make these rants, and then I find time codes, and I'm like, I don't know what Lance is talking about.
I got you. Well, I mean, are we on the bike hill? Are we on the bike hill yet or what?
No. We're not yet, because there's something that I want to talk about right before the bike hill. What is with this fucking school pool? These teens are just allowed to hang out there. There's not an adult in sight. They're literally drinking beers by the pool. Like, what the fuck is going on here? I went to school in the 2000s. Was this the 80s?
So here's my thought process. It's not the school pool. It's a local pool.
Nope,
How?
it is. It says high school in the background. It says high school all over the place in the background.
Because pardon me, because I thought the same thing. I was like, well, they graduated. Maybe they have a party at like the local, like I grew up near Lions Club pool. So I was like, okay, maybe you can rent that out too. So this is a high school. Maybe they're renting it out because, they're all graduated. No, they graduated in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Technically they graduated.
So it's like,
they're not legally drinking. Yeah.
But it makes less sense because if they graduate, you're not allowed in the fucking school pool. Because if it was a public thing or they could rent, that's the only thing that explains why they're drinking and hanging out. If it is a school, then my friend, you got the biggest plot hole in the series because why are they there? How are they there? And clearly it's like midnight, right? Or something? I mean,
dude, it seems like it. Like everything about it.
Doesn't she show up to the diner? Also, what town has a fucking 24-hour diner in Springwood, Ohio?
Dude, the 80s.
I don't think a small town had a 24-hour diner, dude. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. How many people are coming to that diner?
I don't know. I think the 24-hour diner, it's definitely, they bring it back in the remake. The remake has the 24-hour diner as well. It's always, you even bringing it up, it's never something I've ever really questioned because I think growing up especially in Michigan, it's weird because the last 10 years and I think the pandemic really killed off even more so the idea of the whole 24-hour store. But especially when I was in high school, it seemed like everything was open 24 hours. If you were like a major chain, like Meijer, Walmart, like almost every fast food place. Now it's like, a bunch of places actually close. It's interesting.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm just trying to pick apart this weird town because you're right. Because I didn't know it was school. I just assumed it wasn't. But now that you're saying it, if the school lets you hang out after hours drinking, there's diners that are clearly in a small town open 24 hours. And I just don't understand Springwood, Ohio.
It has a college. It has a mental asylum. I think it's just a really big town. Which also,
but they don't make it big though. I feel like they shoot it small. Maybe that's my issue.
Yeah, they shoot it small. They shoot it. I mean, because I think it's just supposed to be like small town America, Midwestern town. They don't want anything too specific because I think the most specific they get is in Freddy's Dead. That's when we're actually seeing the town from above. We're seeing the entering, exiting Springwood sign. We're actually getting more of a glimpse at it.
Yeah, I guess it's a good point because there's a whole highway scene, and it's like, how fucking big is this town? Because I think really what the issue I'm having is that they want to be both a small, Midwestern out of nowhere town, but also a big enough town to have all these different set pieces to exist in the same area, which doesn't work. So I guess I'm just questioning all this because you're right. If it's a college town, maybe it's the college pool. No, you said high school. Fuck, you got me stuck in the pool, dude.
Dude, I have, trust me, I was stuck on it and literally rewound because then I'm looking in the background. I'm like, oh, yep, it's a high school pool. I see that sign. It's like, son of a bitch. What the hell? It's just a weird thing. I think also too, I was the kind of person that like, it's like I wanted the Dazed and Confused experience. It's like, I wanted this kind of high school experience. We didn't have that. It was when I was in high school, it was still the like underage drinking thing, but it was very much the cops will bust you. You need to do this very secretively, not this, we'll take your beer and put you on your way kind of. I did not grow up in that time.
No, I had friends that would walk from, my high school was so big, we had a north building, south building with this path. It's like a 10-minute walking path, and people would like sneak cigarettes, and there's like cops like hiding out and like in different areas with binoculars trying to catch people smoking. So it's like, no, dude, it was, that is so far removed from our existence. It's adorable and it looks great in film, but I in no way can relate to that. That wasn't a part of me being alive.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, I'm 34-year-old man at this point. I look back on my high school days. I'm like, yeah, should not have put such a priority towards fucking drinking and getting fucked up.
No, because you're young and dumb. That's part of the experience, you know? Yeah.
When it's the kind of thing though, when you're like, then you look back on it, we're like, yeah, now I'm going to be the lame person giving advice of like, maybe don't go too hard with this or that.
I think that's a nat progression because essentially every kid wants to party because they're chained up in adolescence. They can't do anything, get freedom, and you want to party. The problem is when you get older, it's like, yeah, if I didn't party though and I focus, I could be richer now. So the problem is that like if past self worked harder, future self would have more money, but you can't convince past self that because past self is like, well, fuck off, I want to have fun. It's like, yes, but in 20 years you could be rich or be okay and not paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. That's the problem, dude. Past self can never trust future self.
That's a
same
great
matter can occupy same space. Just so you're aware.
That's also a true story. Where did that come from? Those matter.
Time Cop.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Time Cop.
There's two things you got to remember. Past self can't believe future self, and same matter can occupy same space. That's all.
Past self can't. I didn't know. I guess I need to watch Time Cop.
I don't even know if that's true. It's just they say in Time Cop like 6 times, so it's just the thing I always quote. It's just the dumb thing they say. It's like, same matter can occupy same space. And in his fucking thick Belgian accent. A physicist out there could be like, that's not true at all. But Van Damme said it in 94, so I tend to believe it.
I don't care what physicists say. I believe in, when it comes to time travel, I believe in the Back to the Future logic, and anything that a physicist tells me is not going to change that.
Listen, if Doc Brown doesn't know what he's talking about, then nothing is real, and I don't really plan on living long because why? I have Doc Brown sort of, Doc Brown, and maybe I would trust Buck Flower. You know, he seems like he would have some like tough but honest love. Yeah.
I think in terms of, fictional authority, I think Doc Brown may be like at the very top. There's like, if Doc Brown told me to do something, I would 100% listen to him the moment that he says it. Like, yep, you are correct.
Why would we believe him? Is because not only is he smart, he has a white coat, his hair is crazy, but he kind of screams everything. And that to me, it's how you get somebody's attention. Doc Brown's like, well, Marty, if we travel back in time and, you change something, you might disappear. And he's like, Marty, we got to go back in time. I'm like, okay, let's do it, Doc. Like, that's the kind of energy I want in my life.
Everything. Ronald Reagan, the actor. Everything is turned up to 11. I fucking
He's
love.
Intense. I like intense people. Yeah, I get along with them. Like, be kind of crazy. Life is short.
Yeah, agreed. Let's talk about the Dan driving sequence, because just incredible. Just such a good sequence. Like, I love it. I love Dan's mom is talking shit on the radio.
Mom?
Then Freddy like chimes in.
Doesn't she also says something about Alice, right? Doesn't she call her like I don't know, a slut or something, but just something just derogatory and mean.
Yeah, the Dan's parents and their dislike of Alice is, I like that because it's like, it makes sense because it's their popular son. I'm sure that they probably were annoyed that he got with the weird autistic girl.
I mean, Alice was punching up. Let's be honest. Like, and nobody's ever even in a relationship. It's very rare. Like, if I see an even relationship, meaning like the guy and the girl are like of the same attractiveness, I notate it because it's so strange. So this is realistic. I am no pro Alice because it's like, oh, she got the like handsome jock with the eyebrows. Good for her. But yes, as the jock with the eyebrows, he went for the weird bookworm with bangs. It's like, I don't know.
But that is also comes from a like broken home, which they clearly
That's a good
judge.
Point. Yeah. Alcoholic father, lost like a couple brothers, right? Yeah. Mom and brother. Yeah.
Dan is probably a bit of a meathead, and like
100%.
That's where the balance comes. Which also I need to state, Alice is gorgeous. Like Lisa Wilcox is a very pretty woman. So it's like, but clearly she's also super smart. It's like, well, Dan has the good looks to make up for his clearly not so smart brain.
He's going to college for football, right? Isn't that what they're establishing? This is like he's doing what he's supposed to do. He'll be fine.
Exactly. Did you watch the unrated like this unrated sequence?
So I've seen it. For this time I didn't because I've seen enough. I pretty much know the differences. Here's the thing though. I want to talk about it as the rating because that's what we get. And yes, the unrated's better. There's more body horror and it's amazing. And it does break my heart that was cut. That being said, my entire life, I didn't know it existed until I think DVD. So as this sequence happens in the theatrical cut, I still would argue it's a fucking brilliant sequence. I still want to say that regardless of what they cut, if I showed this to any fucking person and just said, this is the scene, I think we all would agree it's great. It's like a 10, 12 minute thing. There's like 3 different changes. I mean, this is where I think I really love the sequels for just getting fucking interesting because this could have just been over in a second. So the car holds him down. Then Freddy appears. Then Freddy makes his arm to his seatbelts. And then the car, then he crashes. Then he gets on a fucking motorcycle. Then the motorcycle becomes him. It's like, great. I love it. It just keeps going. This is so wild. But before I give it over to you, the unrated sequence is far better. But I do agree with you in the beginning in saying that even if this is cut, I don't feel, and I know we always fight in fucking Nightmare or Freddy or, oh my gosh.
New Blood Jason, Friday the 13th, because it's my favorite. This in no way feels like they're cutting away. I really don't. I think it seems authentically together. And I'm okay with that. I've had to make peace. Now we'll get to the other kill, which I will say does seem shortchanged. This one to me does not. I do need to find a new movie that is my reference point because like you do love New Blood so much.
Yeah, I'll never give that to you.
And I'm never trying to do it as because there's times like kind of like you bringing up Chevy Chase where it's like there's things we do where we're purposely trying to rile each other up. I'm not doing that when I mention that. That's literally just my reference point for something that's overly cut. But again, it's I do need to find something else so that then we don't have that I don't know, that initial you bastard moment.
No. But here's the thing: you are right about 7. I think the problem with 7 is I just don't see it because I love so much about that. So it's like yeah, but this.
But yeah,
this
that's
is
what
an example of like I said, if I never knew the other cut existed, I would never be like, oh man, it's good, but like where it's like I'll even admit that there's at least a couple kills in 7, a couple, not fucking all, where like they kill Terry Kaiser or what's his face gets the horn in the eye, where it's like clearly they just got rid of the kill. That's not this, and I will admit that I have issues with that, but. This kill in the theatrical versions is fantastic. It's fucking brilliant. It's a great set piece. Even if the kill itself is just him getting hit by a car, I think the build up is so interesting. It's like, this is why Freddy is so fun of a character because you could just play around in this world.
Yeah. It's all about, he's just trying to get you to a certain place. Essentially. It's not all the stuff that we're seeing in the dream. It's not like we're always having that represented in reality. Sometimes it's just literally him fucking with someone to then get to that final kill, which and I think why the theatrical cut still works is because we're not losing the essence. We still get the weird shit going into his leg. Yes, it might be cut. Like it might get like cut away. We might not get to see like full insertion. It's like but we're still able to get. I'm trying to think of how to like. We might not be getting the money shots, but we're still getting sex. Like,
yeah. Here's the thing: there's a difference between a sex scene in a movie and a sex scene on Fox 32, right? Yeah. There is 100%, and maybe we could argue that Fox 32 is the New Blood and what you're referencing New Blood, right? But what we're getting right now is Cinemax. Like, we're not getting penetration, but we're definitely getting humping, a little bit of bush and some boobs. Yep. Like, and that's good enough. That's good enough. Trust me, 12-year-old me was fine with that. So I'm okay because it still shows it going into the hand and the feet. It's still showing it, but when the extended, it just gets more gross. And as a horror fan, I want that, but it helps that I didn't know it existed because this still has all the action, just like you said, not the true money shot.
And you'll have to tell me if you feel the same, but I am very much hoping that, like the Friday the 13th series with having the unrated version on the disc, I hope that we just get our 4K unrated version of Dream Child so that then that can just be the one I watch from here on out. Because we know it was released on Laserdisc, and is it the DVD that has it as well? Where it's like, so it is out, it is available, and it's like, it's not the not to bring it up again, but it's not the New Blood where they only had a VHS of John Carl Buechler's personal. Yeah, it's not lost media. It's something they can easily add in. So I'm really hoping we get it, and I think we will.
I would actually say if we don't, then I'm not saying we'll own the set because I still want this cleaned up, but then I'll know that I'll never truly own the Freddy set. Whereas right now I own the Friday the 13th. Yeah. I could die happy. I don't need to upgrade that. I don't need 4K. I don't need 8K. I don't need 120K. I got a fucking fantastic Blu-ray with everything they possibly could give me in one thing. If this doesn't give me that, then I'll know that I never will have it and that I'm never going to be really happy. I'll be satisfied, but I won't be content.
No, I agree. They need to. It shows. If it wasn't on it, it would kind of show that there would be a lack of effort.
Yes.
Which, based on everything we've heard about this 4K set, it sounds like it's going to be what it should be. So, like, it sounds like they're doing the work. So, I hold out hope that they'll give us what we're wanting with this.
That's all I have left.
Well, I didn't realize, or I didn't remember, that poor Alice finds out that she's pregnant the same time that she's finding out that the father of said child is dead.
Yes, dude. Yes.
So, like earlier when I was saying that there's some stuff that we obviously wouldn't connect with as much as other people, like this is the kind of thing where it's like anyone, there's someone that, lost someone that probably wouldn't be able, like this movie would be triggering.
Yeah. But I let's give it credit. I think that's respectful that this fucking dumb fun series on number 5 is giving us such a dark story. I mean, this is what I always fight people about, man. It's not a perfect movie, but like part 5 is dark. It's a dark movie. Like, yes, there's comedic parts. Yes, there's some funny, weird shit. But just thematically, everything about this, about Freddy using her unborn baby to kill her friends, that she loses, the love of her life, that she was found pregnant, that, everything about it. The abortion aspect of like, well, if you kill the kid, you might be able to kill Freddy, though now we know that he just goes back in the box. Mm-hmm. Everything about this is mature and handled well for, again, a part 5 movie. The parents want to take the child away from her, threatening legal action. There's all sorts of moments there. I'm like, oh, shit, good for part 5. Good for Dream Child, man. Like, they're not like playing it safe.
There's this moment where the dad, because I mentioned the last one, I love the dad's arc in these two films of he's like beats his alcoholism and he's so supportive in this and just has his
Yes.
shit together. But there's this line that broke me. It says, I hope it's a boy. Would be nice to have a boy playing around in the house again.
Yeah. I would like to hear the sound of a boy playing. Yeah. Because he lost his son. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's that subtlety. They're not putting we don't have I say this, but there might be that I just don't remember. We don't have a shot of this like picture frame of Rick with like flowers next to it, then it pulls back on. There's not anything where it's like really trying to lean in of like, remember this guy from last film? He died. It's more of just like, no. This is just something that's in this world. If you watch the last movie, you get that little bit of extra something. It's not memorizing everything.
They're not holding your hand, is what you're saying.
Yes. Which I appreciate. I hate hand holding. It happens too much. There's nothing I hate more. I mean, I'm sure there's something I hate more, but there's things I hate in movies where something happens earlier in the movie, and then like not even a half hour later, they talk about it and they have to flash back, or like they're doing the twist and then they have to do these quick flashes from like, I don't need a flashback to the exact scene that I saw. If you're going to provide me like a different angle, like a different context to the scene, then do it. But I don't need just, saturation lowered, little foggy thing around it. And then it's like just showing it again, flash cut to then see to then it's like, no, treat me like I have a brain.
What is really good here is that we're getting an emotion to a death, which in these movies, we just move on. No slasher series, I shouldn't say no slashers, but that's not necessarily a part of them, because in real life, death is sad and it would affect people. So the dad's affected by the death that's happened to him and it's changed him. And the fact that we're even getting that in this is impressive. I wouldn't even mind if they fucking like had some violin and showed a picture of Dan, just because it's like, oh shit, like we actually remember a dead child in this series. But I get what you're saying. I think it's better that it's just kind of this thing brought up. Like I would like to hear a sound of a boy playing in this house again. And that's it, because it's a great realistic emotion that we would not expect in this series, let alone, again, I'm going to keep mentioning part 5. Part 5 is where you just cash the check, make the movie, add a couple fun things. Like this is the one where like I should be smoking weed and laughing at it. This is the joke one to me. Why is 5 not the joke one? It's 5. It's fucking 5. That's 2 more after the trilogy. And this is like a sad, and maybe that's why I was like it, because it's sad, somber, and like thematically it's dealing with a bunch of dark shit.
It is funny you say that though, because it's like, well, we do get it in 6. It's like it was just one movie later.
That's impressive to me though. I mean, because let's see, Child's Play 5. Which one is that? 3,
Bride
4.
of Chucky. No, not Seeds.
Seeds. So Seeds 5. What is fucking the Michael Myers one? That's the dumbest one, where he cries and he gets beaten with a plank of wood.
What the fuck is it? Revenge of Michael Myers?
Okay, is it Revenge? I can't remember. Whatever. Number 5. That's goofy as shit.
Or is it Return? Why can't I? I think to know.
Return's 4. I think Revenge is 5. Check that.
Yeah, it is. It's
okay.
Revenge.
Pinhead, Hellraiser 3, 4, 5 is like the first straight to DVD
Inferno's amazing. And that's one that that's one we disagree on.
And it's fucking goofy.
It's a spec script that they turned into Hellraiser. I love the spec script.
I'm not going hard. I'm just saying it's not dark and fun, or it's not. I don't know, it's goofy, but it's also
super fun.
Okay.
But no, I think if anything, it speaks to your point. It's goofy and it's not in line with the rest of the series. So I still think it makes your point.
What other series? Yeah, is there any of the big ones that I could think of off the top of my head? Scream 5.
You already said Friday the 13th.
Well, Scream doesn't really help. No, but Friday the 13th. That is kind of but that is the one that I've grown to like. But that is that weird one where it's like, what the fuck are we doing? So I guess the point I'm saying is like by 5. We don't get this, and I don't give a shit what people say. We should be happy that this exists. This feels like it could have been an earlier film just based on the tone of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. It still is in line, and it's probably have a lot to thank with the Alice storyline and that carrying through. I bet if they had restarted, if this was a new group, it probably wouldn't have the same effect or impact.
100%. Continuing the character, I think, is what makes it a solid movie and what I think cements Alice is my favorite.
Yeah. And I do like too that the friends are a good support system. I mean, they still feel like just replacements for the part 4 people, but I like after Dan's gone, they're there for Alice, and I like that, even though, like we said earlier, Yvonne's a little too
dismissive of a town that's lost like 20 kids in the span of 3 years.
Yeah, she should definitely be more accepting of it. But it also follows the part 4 thing of like, as soon as one person dies, it's really moving on to like getting rid of these people. Though there are more scenes that break them up. It's not just like, oh, nightmare to nightmare to nightmare, which happens in 4. There's things are still broken up a bit. Yeah,
in fact, I guess that is my only issue. Is I think there's only 3 deaths in this. It's the least death. Well, I shouldn't say the least, but yeah, maybe actually, because 3, one had more than 3.
They're creative deaths, though.
No, they are. That's what I'm saying, though. So it's like, I do think that is what saves this from being like, because in between the deaths, it's not boring. I feel there's a lot of interesting stuff. And then each death is a giant set piece of like moving parts. It's not just this happens and that, I think 4 started that obviously, but they're longer and they're more intricate. Yeah. But, that is something I wish we killed off a couple more people. I don't know.
The dad probably, especially since they brought him back and he's like a good person now. It would have been easily yet another thing to, break down Alice. But I'm personally happy that didn't happen, because I really like the Alice character, and she is put through the fucking ringer in this. With this, Dan dies at the 30-minute mark, which honestly, that was one thing that happened a lot sooner. When he passed, I was like, oh fuck, there's still an hour left in this movie. I guess for some reason. Yeah. I was like, I guess I had been conflating this one and part 4 where he's around in the final act.
Can we talk about how cute Greta Gibson is? Maybe it's just my thing, but at that, because I see after them supporting Alice, we go to the dinner scene with her. Like, there's a little bit in between, but like, she's the next death, and her fucking hair, her little makeup, her little fluffy white thing. I don't know, she's cute. I'd like to meet her in person. Where is she? Greta Gibson. I'd hit on her, like, respectfully. I'm not a creep, but I would,
Isn't she still? I feel like I looked her up a while ago, and I feel like she was doing something like a news anchor or something. There was something where I was like, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. But now I can't remember. Oh, she was on Twin Peaks. Holy shit.
Return or the original?
No, original for 3 episodes. So she must have actually been someone. That's interesting.
The character's name? No, I'll look her up.
She's Emerald. Oh, wait. Does she play multiple people? Let me see. Why is it doing this? Oh, it's just showing Emerald, Jade, Emerald. Wait, so she plays multiple people? I'm confused.
Well, either way. I'm just saying she's cute. She's cute. Yeah. I think her death scene.
Big eyes.
I like, big brown eyes, swimming. So, this is the one scene where it's like it being cut kind of breaks my heart, because I feel like the impact is gone. But can we give some credit to how this whole thing looks? There's something so creepy about this scene to me, regardless, even when it's not in the dream, when it's just the real house. Like, I love how this looks. Like, they're all dark gray walls. It has like the casino spotlights. Like, the mother looks like a fucking witch. And I'm not talking the dream. I'm talking the real life. There's just the real existence is creeping me out. It's this, obnoxiously long table. I feel like it's a really wide lens. Everything about it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like an ultra enhanced reality or hyper focused, and Hopkins definitely really enjoys the like pullback shot, because he like does it over the table.
Yes. There's a few pullbacks and pull-ins. I have a note that we'll get to later that it's like a hilarious pullback. But regardless, this whole scene, I love the look, the set design. I like the cinematography. I like the very bright white spotlights on people because it's not even. It's just on. It's on all.
Yeah.
You can see the little glimmers on the foreheads.
Yeah, there's like a quality that reminds me of like Beetlejuice.
Yes, it is very Beetlejuice-esque in the dinner scene.
No.
Also, real quick, they're well off. Obviously, they're setting that up. Who the fuck has this many friends to invite in this Ohio town? This is what I'm trying to say.
Rich people.
not this town, dude. I'm sorry, not this town. This town is trying to both be podunk and LA, and I'm always confused. This is my dude, and they got like it's something about this. It's like I think there's like fucking 12 people, not including the family. So it's like, that many people in this town that are coming over on a weekday. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I bet Springwood is like 50,000 people.
I'd have to look. I can't really rationalize that many people. I'd have to see what that looks like. I don't know, man. I'm just saying it seems like a lot of friends. I'm a little suspicious, especially how bitchy she is, but I'm not negative. I'm just mentioning that I made my note saying, who the fuck has made friends on a weekday that are coming over for some dinner? That's all.
Trying to think of something it's like I view it as, it's like Valparaiso, Indiana.
Ew. Okay. I don't think there's that many rich people willing to come out that same day in Valparaiso. I don't know, man. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But for effect and them all being there laughing and looking at her, I understand why. I'm just picking on the fact that this town seems to change depending on what they need.
I mean, there's clearly like rich creeps because there's the one guy who's like,
literally talking about her body.
Yeah. That's just makes me so grossed out. Where it's like, dude, time and place. If you're going to hit on her, at least don't do it at the dinner table.
And her mom is like, be gracious or something like that,
Yeah. Oh, probably because the mom probably invited that guy for the very reason of, I bet he'll creep on my daughter and give her a chance, give her that modeling contract.
And 100% is she's trying to traffic her daughter into a richer life.
Yeah. And I love too the effect of the Alice opening up the fridge, and it looks like fantastic. And that image of Greta with her cheeks chipmunk filled with all this stuffed in food, and it's such a gross look to it. Ugh,
yeah, it's very gross. It's dirty. This whole movie's dirty.
Yes.
The food
dirty
rots.
is a good word.
And has the what is it, claymation shit? It's just like the old school stuff that we did. But
yeah, there's a lot of stop motion in this.
When the fridge shuts in front of Alice, Freddy left a note that said "Die, bitch" with a line under it.
Yeah, it's just like what's this for? Well, I get it. Do you want me dead? It's like, does it really need to be this over the top?
He left her a note.
And this was K&B. K&B did these.
Well, I think this effects look great in this. I was going to say though, so when he feeds her, he's like stuffing her face, but in the, obviously this, but in the uncut one, he's like feeding her parts for stomach, and it's like that's kind of shit that does change. Like this is one of those that, not knowing about it, it's fine. It's a fine kill. And it's more just this whole set piece of her being stuffed and the family laughing and being creepy that I like. But knowing that it's a part of her that she's being fed, I think adds so much more. That's one of those things. Like, yeah, cutting that though. Like you're getting rid of like a darker moment. That's all.
I agree. We aren't losing, like I said earlier, the essence of the scene, but the unrated version just gives us more.
Yeah, I think the darkness of the original, I feel the meanness adds more. So it's one of those. Yes, it's fine now that it doesn't exist in the movie, and I can live without it. But unlike the bike where it's just showing more of this, it's like, forcing her to eat her own stomach, and obviously she's a bit bulimic and has an eating disorder. It's just, that's more fucked up. So I'm like, yeah, Freddy's getting mean. Yeah.
It just makes it, it ramps up the fucked upness versus complete, where it's like, it cut away before we even got to see him even try to start feeding her or something like that. Where we don't even get the implication of he fed her to death.
The implication.
Yeah, the implication. So then they then go from Greta's death to this I don't know, Mark's treehouse, Mark's hangout place. He just owns a warehouse.
Dude, it doesn't make any sense. Edmund A. Great Company. Like at first I'm like, he works there because some guy's like, let me find him in the back for you. I'm like, oh, okay. So they're just going to his work, though. It's at the middle of the night, so that doesn't make any sense unless he's working like the third shift. But then they establish like he has a bed there and like a little office. And then I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, what is this place? Why does he live? Why is he living there? Why is there workers? Why is he allowed to? Isn't he freshly graduated from high school? Isn't he at most 18?
This is his plan. He graduated and now he's living at his dad's warehouse and skateboarding around and just living life.
I mean, if that's what this is, if that's what this actually is, that's the coolest thing in the world. No, I mean, can you imagine the fucking dust and the privacy? He has to rub one out. What happens? Midday? He can't do it. He has to wait till night. Also, the sounds of that must be creepy. Like them drops, you think you're getting murdered. Yeah,
the warehouse. Plus, also, I mean, your friends are literally being murdered. This is not a great place to be. Even if there, if it wasn't a dream demon, a dream killer, like if it was just a normal killer, you'd be like, I probably shouldn't be off in this warehouse by myself. But Mark doesn't make the best of decisions, I would say.
And hold on, I mean, obviously, there's the way a system works, a light system in a place like this, you'd have to have a lot of lights on. So for him to even exist in this place, the amount of electricity he's using, I don't give a shit if this is the 80s. Like, he's costing too much money. And I don't know, do you think this is his dad's place? I guess that makes more sense than just some random dude letting him live in the back of the business. But I just don't think it's practical. I think it's cool. Not that I want to bitch about practicality in Dream Child, Nightmare 5. And I probably as a kid, actually, let me say it's not probably. I know for a fact I don't really have a memory of it, but I probably love this because the Shredders hang out in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. All these cool places. Like, I would have been 100% down for this. It's just now this adult, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Put him in a bedroom. Why is he in a warehouse?
Yep, just because they didn't want to build another bedroom set. I thought it was boring. They had the warehouse because they were filming in it, so they're like, let's just use this. Yeah,
essentially, yeah. I just give him a little area, and that's it.
No, when I used to really dislike Mark, but I've actually come around on him. He's just a big nerd who doesn't know how to handle his emotions. It's a little over the top.
I don't know. I go back and forth. Honestly, it depends. I never hated him per se, but it depends on the day that I watch this. Because at times he's like a charming caricature of the 90s. I know this is late 80s, but essentially this is the archetype for early 90s. It's that like, God, I don't want to say hippie, but there's hippie elements, certain sort of like bright clothes. Like, he's not quite Parker Lewis Can't Lose, but he's not far off.
Yeah, it's got that vibe.
But he does have a lot of like things that I like. I'm not even into comics, but he just seems he's into stuff that we could probably get along with. And his whole thing is spray paint and colors and skateboards and shit. So it's like, I can't hate the guy. He's probably a fun guy to hang out with. I'd probably get high with him.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's probably why I came around on him, because there is probably a moment where I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I would hang out with Mark. Mark would be my friend. 100%. He seems like the kind of guy that I would definitely vibe with. So, but him just like drawing and
I was going to say, I respect the fact that he came around to Freddy a lot quicker too, just because there's something about his character that says that he would. He's kind of like I said, a stoner, kind of just on his own, man. Like, he should be the guy that's like, nah, there's no Freddy. But he's like, no, he's real.
Yeah. I mean, Greta dying because he's in love with Greta. That's his whole thing. Or he's like, he's so upset. Or he's didn't try, didn't shoot his shot, and he also then has to talk. He talks down like Yvonne a little bit too, because then he has to apologize to her, like, because he yells at her and then immediately is like, I'm sorry,
which is sweet. And I also like that he like regrets not going for it, because there's a part in the beginning, I think, at the pool party where Yvonne like hugs him, and I was like, are they dating? I forgot if they're dating this. Because it's, then I'm oh, no, of course they're not. But she's flirty and he likes it. I'm like, oh shit, we've all been there. Maybe you haven't, but I feel like as a guy, I'm willing to bet $20. We've all been in situations where like you really are digging on a girl and she's like even nice and touchy and sweet, but it's like, now she's not digging you.
Yeah.
She's not digging you. It's like, oh, and I feel bad they didn't shoot a shot, but at the same time, he would have got rejected. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, he would have.
Best.
Yeah, absolutely gotten rejected. What
Best thing that ever happened to this guy was her death, actually.
Yeah. That's the, well, I mean, heck, maybe they could bond in Freddy's chest. We don't know. Souls. They have that'll be the closest they ever get for quite a while. So, though I guess Greta's in that kind of gross form. Because then we get to see it. We get to see at one point when it shows the inside of Freddy, or it shows versions of like Dan and Greta, and they're both like their deformed death versions.
Yeah. It's feeding to the baby for baby food. They're all gross. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on little Jacob?
Well, outside of him being a dick to Dr. Grant, no, man, I've always liked this kid. I mean, I don't like kids in general, kid actors, but I feel like they say in the movie he has sad eyes. It's so true. He has the eyes of a 42-year-old man who's divorced with 2 kids. He doesn't get enough sleep. I love it. No, dude, I think he pulls it off, man. I think this is an example of a good child actor with playing the role of what he was asked for, being like innocent yet kind of creepy.
This actor, he because oh my God, he's in this show I love called Raising Hope, and he's a police officer, and he's just like a regular police officer, but he looks like the exact same. It's like, it's that, because he has that 40-year-old man face, even in Dream Child. So then in Raising Hope, he's a 40-year-old man, and it's so weird of like, oh yeah, what in the world? Why is your like, why does this look so, I don't know, not like there's 30 years that's passed between these two.
Oh my God, his name's Whit Hertford. Yes. Whit Hertford. Yeah, that's so strange because essentially he looks just bigger in Jurassic Park with the same face.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's because he fucked around Dr. Grant. He's a dick. Yep. That being said, I guess the question is, what's better, to look 40 forever? So by the time you're 40, you actually look pretty good, or to look super, super young and then just age gracefully, but still seem super old because you had such a young face? Because it's strange because he looks the exact same, just older.
Yeah, it's so, because usually it's like you see, like when you see pictures like young Brad Pitt, it's like, oh, you see how their face grew into the adult that they would be. This, it's just like, that's him. Like, that's him. That's his 40-year-old man face.
And then we jump to the scene where Alice is checking her baby because she's afraid it's dreaming, which again is a cool idea of bringing Freddy back, even though Freddy should be dead.
Mm-hmm.
And she has that crazy dream, right?
I want to touch on something right before that, because I'm still stuck on them in the warehouse. Because there's this exchange between Mark, Alice, and Yvonne, and it's just the epitome of awkward, over the top acting. They're like, they aren't accentuating the right things like it when they're speaking, and it comes across so weird.
Okay, give me an example. I have a weird exchange, but it's, I think, a little bit later.
It should be, they're like screaming at each other, 43-30. Oh, there's also there's a super awkward exchange later too.
In the bedroom?
The 54 minutes. I might be thinking of that one as the super egregious one.
So you're talking about when Alice, she says something, and I rewound it like 6 times last night. Because she it's a good scene where it pulls back and it frames all of them in one thing, and she goes like, I don't know, she says something else. Well, once we can look to it in a minute.
Yeah,
this is when it comes up. I'm going to bring it up because it's one of my favorite parts, because it is the weirdest line read ever, and I love that's in the movie because that is absolutely something that if this movie was shot with any more real time, they would have said, "Hey, take 2." But that was a 1-take shot, and they fucking can it. We're good.
They had to just go quickly. Yeah, we're talking about the same scene. I thought it was part of this scene. My notes were jumbled at that point.
Mistakes were made. Well, I was going to say, we get another vagina tunnel.
This is an intense vagina tunnel. Intense. Well done.
I like them getting into the like her dreaming or her like going into the baby and shit. That, can we talk about how well that looks? The effects, the whole thing in her stomach. I think that's. I was thinking like, dude, nowadays that's all CG, and I understand why CG is cheap and it makes sense. But because all of it's practical, and because I think they're smart and they're doing it in a way that makes it look unique and dreamy, the whole thing with the baby and the little floating orbs and just the vagina tunnel, I don't know. I like it a lot. I think it's a really cool scene. Then it says it gives us the whole thing that Freddy is feeding the baby souls. I don't know why, but that's cool. That's cool, man.
Which the baby's growing more. Did you catch too? The doctor says like, I mean, he's a little bigger than he should be at this age, but he's fine. Yes. It's like he's bigger because Freddy's feeding him the souls.
The souls were dead friends.
Yeah. Well, and the reason he's doing that is because he wants to be born through Jacob. So then he gets to
he's gonna have a second homecoming.
Yeah, his second birth, his rebirth, which they don't get into much at all. It's more of just like kind of an afterthought. But
that should have been the driving force, right?
Yeah, I like though that it's even mentioned. There's a lot going on in this, like a lot.
And as we mentioned earlier, that's a very cool, interesting idea that fits in with the story being told. It's just, I guess I'm more impressed with how layered this story is for what it is. Like that's something that it doesn't need to even be mentioned, or even it doesn't matter. Freddy uses the baby to get to her and her friends. That's all. That's all you need to tell me.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's using her friends, feeding the baby so it could like corrupt the baby, be born inside of it. It's like, oh, that's a whole nother aspect that's wild, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty smart. I like how it does things. And I mean, we touched on this a little, but I think we're at pretty much at this scene where at least I think we are, where Mark brings up aborting the baby in order to defeat Freddy. Because it's pretty much like a 30-second conversation. And Alice immediately puts a stop to it, where she's like, "No, I'm having the baby." But it's cool that it happened. Like,
yeah, and it's brought up in a respectful way. It's like, well, you know, no baby, no Freddy. I don't kind of how I feel like I'd bring it that way. Like, hey, no baby, no Freddy. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. He does it. Yeah, he does it in a way where, like, yeah, I understand his reasoning for it. But also, conversely, we're like, Alice, you would be a terrible person if you killed. It's not even the baby element. It's the fact that then, like, Dan died. This is the last remaining element of Dan. Like, you kind of have to see it through for that alone. Like,
for movie logic, sure, but let's talk real life. I'd be like, you knew this fucker for 2 years, 4 at most. Move on.
I don't know. It's but you say movie logic, sure, but everything in my life goes by movie logic. The dramatic arc. Come on. We need something.
Think about this.
Life never works out in those perfect ways. I want it.
You met a chick at 18. I mean, think of where you're at now. Like, you're a different person, man.
I got pregnant with her baby and she died, I would hold that. So that then.
Yeah, you're just, I don't know. You'd be bald. Your hair would be out.
There'd be a lot of guilt. There'd be a lot of guilt. So
take a trip to Vietnam.
I would understand Alice, Alice being like, no, I'm good with this.
I think I'm pro Mark on this. It's like, maybe get rid of the demon that could fucking infest us all and kill us.
Well, of course, Mark's the one that dies. He's the one that probably really wishes that she had taken a curtain or a curtain hanger to not a curtain, a hanger, just a regular hanger.
They're all plastic.
Wire hanger. Yeah.
An old fashioned wired hanger. Mark would be alive if she didn't keep the child.
I mean, I guess that's if Mark's your favorite character, then blame Alice for not getting an abortion. Let's not get
crazier. I don't think Mark's anybody's favorite character. I like the actor, but hold on. No, go please.
I was gonna bring up the doctor violating HIPAA law, like HIPAA laws.
Yeah, right. Calling not even her family, but the dead fathers. It's like, what the fuck is it? But
because they're probably like country club buddies, like because they're the rich part of Springwood.
It's a bit, I'll probably argue that's a bit misogynistic, where it's like, well, that family has something to do with it. She's the bearer. I mean, the bro's dead. I would call her dad over anybody. It's like, but at the same time, what the fuck you calling anybody?
Yeah.
She's like, her friend died like an hour ago. Like, who gives a shit?
Part of me doesn't even think misogyny. I just go class. They just seem to have.
Yeah, I guess
that's
a good point.
Because I mean, we get then the like Dan's parents offering the baby, like offering to take the baby. Yeah,
because she's not ready.
Yeah, because and it's a nice offer on the surface. Like on the surface, you're like, okay, I understand why. Because I feel like I've watched this in the past where I was like, oh, like yeah, they're not bad people. This time though, I realized something. The mom literally refers to the baby as it.
Yeah, she gets called on it. Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, yeah, I'm on Alice's side with this, even though she is a fucking mess. Because it's like before, we were like, okay, yeah, if my son gets killed and then the girl who's carrying his unborn child starts going crazy and talking about dream demons, I'm probably going to be a little concerned, like probably going to want to, keep an eye over that child. So I like essentially what I'm saying is I know where they were coming from with it, but yeah, there's obviously a very much darker side to it.
You can tell how much society has changed because I believe it to be class. You're right. I mean, the doctor calling the dad, I think, is a douche move. Regardless, Alice's house is lovely for being poor. You know what I'm saying? Like 2025 poor is not the same as what is this, 88, 89?
Yeah.
Different kind of poor. Like it's like a tri-level house. it's fantastic.
It's one thing. There's one thing I like about the It remake, the Beverly. She's in this crappy apartment.
Yes.
Like, it's like, yeah, because that's what she'd be in. So sick of everyone being in a house.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same problem.
We're outside of that now. Like especially if you're setting stuff in modern day, you can't, like, you just can't do that. There's just not as many people in that actually are in houses.
No, dude, even when I was in high school, I knew people who, were just trying to get by, who I'd run over to people's apartments and hung out. It was not abnormal in the early 2000s.
Yeah, which also, that's a normal, I live in a townhouse. Like, it's a normal thing. Like, but the essentially, that's why it's like, yeah, it's nice to see some representation. And so then the fact that with this, where it's like, single dad, he was an alcoholic, and he was still able to keep this house. So that means he was able to keep it through some probably losing some jobs and like, yeah, the fact that then he still has this place, and he was able to pay for a kid's funeral.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah, paid for kids. Yeah, paid for his son's funeral. Got off the booze.
We don't know. What? Maybe Alice's mom is paying child support.
But I thought she's dead.
I've always assumed, isn't she? I've assumed she's dead. Is that established?
I feel like I felt like there was something said or hinted at in the movie that made me think death in part 4. But I guess I've never gone farther into just being like, she had to be dead. But, I mean, maybe not. Well, regardless, it's the 80s. Everybody, I mean, let's be honest, this whole generation was on like easy mode. I don't give a shit. They're like, wow, Jimmy Carter raised the fucking rates. It's like, yeah, I know how much things cost though. There's inflation calculators. Rates that high didn't do shit to you when things were that cheap. Like they became slightly expensive where it's like, yeah, now, what was $90,000 house is, $450. So fuck off. Not the same.
Hey,
I was going to say, was she dead or alive?
She's dead, but I wanted to say that apparently in the original script, Alice's mother was in like a scene and killed by Freddy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't really ever care. Well, Freddy never really kills adults. Am I crazy about that? I mean, outside of, I guess in 3, obviously he killed,
Nancy's
dad. Oh my God, what's that?
Oh, and John Saxon.
Yeah. But outside of that, right?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, but the fact that we have to think.
Yeah. I mean, we're about to get into a next episode, but he does attack Yaphet Kotto.
Sure, but let's be honest. That's like the weird black sheep one. I feel like in the normal ones, no, it's just kids.
Yeah.
Outside of Saxton.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird though, because the more I'm thinking about it, it's pretty much half the movies. Because 3, 6, 7, and the remake all have adults.
We're not counting those.
I'm just saying, of like, if we're gonna like be like, oh well, he doesn't. It's like, well, I guess technically in half the movies where there's a Freddy, he kills an adult.
In England's Run, there's Freddy. Freddy's dead. That's it, right? Because I have a New Nightmare. I feel like that's like that's a soft reboot. So it's like it's not the same timeline. It's like the movies exist. So really, it's just one guy in part 3, and then Kotto and
he tries to kill Craig. He tries to kill Craig Wasson.
Wait, who's Craig Watson? Why don't I know that name?
Craig Wasson. It's Nancy's love interest in 3.
Bilbo Belmar.
He kills the coach in 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Possessed.
The mom in the first one.
The what?
The mom in the first one, Marge.
But do we know that was real?
Sure.
I'm just saying. I guess it's just something he doesn't do a ton. He should do more of it.
We do know it's real because we know she died because of it's established. It's mentioned in Dream Warriors.
Oh, good point. Yeah, good point. Okay. Fair enough.
Boom. We talked it out.
We got 3. I'm going to give you 3.
That's a lot.
I mean, in the scheme of Freddy killing, I don't know if that's a lot. I'd probably call that the low end, but I say it's enough for me to say an asterisk. An asterisk in a conversation, say he randomly, once in a blue moon, goes outside the box and kills an adult. So that's what I would say.
Well,
it's not common.
He just likes to kill. That's the Freddy I picture. I don't picture a Freddy who's like, ooh, there's an age limit. I just picture someone who's like, I want to kill people.
I feel if we made a graph of all the people he killed, I feel he would overwhelmingly seem to love people in the teens. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure he seems to have a pedophilic streak in him. I mean, he certainly likes to kiss underage women, because most of these, even though they look almost 30,
28, yeah,
they are technically at some point, because most of them, because now Alice is 18, but because I'm trying to think, like Nancy's not 18. I don't know why, but like I'm just saying in terms of Freddy going after younger underage girls.
Yeah, Freddy wasn't playing by modern sensibilities. I agree.
Yeah.
Why don't you take off? Leave Springwood. Cool off somewhere for a while.
God damn it, Yvonne. You don't just run away from this guy. He finds you in your dreams.
He found a lot of other people before he found us.
You too?
He invited me to his house last night.
Look, we're all tired and we haven't had any sleep since Friday night.
That's the only reason you're alive.
No, it's not.
Yvonne, look through this stuff, will you? She's not crazy.
And he's like, he gets you in your dreams. It's so fucking weird.
It gets you in your dreams. And she even does the Italian like motioning.
She goes, he finds you in your dreams. It's so weird. And it sticks out like a sore thumb, but I love it because it's just like, what the, and they completely go and keep going. And the scene keeps rolling. Nothing's ever mentioned this, but he gets you in your dreams. It's rhythmically interesting. I don't know why. I mean, and the cool thing is, and which is probably why they kept it, is because the camera moves, frames like 3 separate people. It's like a complicated shot, so I understand that they didn't do a second thing, but I just wonder why she said like that. He gets you in or finds you in your dreams.
Dude, no, that's the scene I was talking about, because it's people accentuating on these weird moments, like these weird syllables where you're like, why are you accentuating there? Because then it immediately goes to Mark, where he's just like, turns out it happened to other people too. And he's almost like doing this thing with his shoulders. It's like he's in a stage play where it's like, oh, I guess it's my line now. But then they have and they immediately go to this shot of the camera pushes in, but Yvonne also like moves in towards the camera and
she goes, you too. And it's almost like it has a vibe of like those after school specials about like you think smoking's cool, and they get in the camera and it's like, but it's not. It has that sort of like 1992 like cool, and I'm putting this in quotes, like cool sort of scene.
Yep. Because then he raises his hand, it's cut, and he's like, he invited me to his house last night. It's
fantastic.
It's a masterclass in how not to do a scene, because there's so much unintentional humor from every little line, the camera movements, just everything about it. This is the kind of shit where I'm like, Stephen Hopkins, I don't know, man.
I like the movements. I think the problem is he wasn't directing well with the cast, because this could have been like, if they're real actors doing real dialogue, I actually think this could have been like energetic. But it's almost like everybody gets their sort of corny one-liner moment. But it's like, it's not one-liner. So they say these lines like it's like a little cap off of the scene. Like, he invited me to my house. It's just everybody's like tone. And like you said, their enunciation's strange. Because everything before this, it's like a fight done in, like I said, one of those after school specials. And the whole movie's not like this. It's just this scene. And it's never before or after. It's like, this is like a reshoot, like two months before fucking release.
It's like, why is it so overly stylized? They're doing so much for a quick dialogue scene. Like at one point, it's like it does this, which we already said earlier. Like Hopkins loves his like pull out shot, but then he does it again, and then this time it's like he starts on Mark and it pulls back, and it's like Yvonne goes into like comes into frame, says her line. Alice comes into frame on the other side, says her line as the camera moves back, where it's like, why? What is happening?
I won't deny that it doesn't need to be that way, but I'm not going to say I don't love it, but it's bad.
It's the combination of that with the performances. But you know what? I think that's probably why the performances suck, because they are doing these fucking crazy camera movements where it's like, I don't know, the camera, you were in focus, we're good. We don't care what you said and how we got it. We got the shot.
Yeah, as I'm saying, it was so complicated that there was like a one and done. Like, okay, guys, it's in the can. Let's go. Next shot.
Yep. It's like, nope. Steven wanted it to be this fucking pullback shot, and we don't have time for anything else. So I don't care if you thought you didn't deliver it well. I don't care if you want one more take.
It's great, dude. But it is like a play. Like how they act is something that they say, like, you're not acting for the front row, you're acting for the back row, and that is exactly what this is.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying is that Dream Child should be put into production on like off Broadway. College theaters. This would be a fun one.
I mean, they've made, like, there's a Stranger Things one. They did Evil Dead. I think The Exorcist.
Yeah, I saw the Evil Dead one. Yeah, I mean, there's a market. Like, as much as I'm kind of like riffing on this, it's not a bad idea.
No, not at all. I think Nightmare on Elm Street
could be fun.
Yeah, there's easily something that they could do. I would be interested in seeing that, but we'll see if it. Let's just get a movie. Let's get something Elm Street related. I just need something that's not a fucking like 8-bit video game.
I mean, I would like a Jason game. The new Friday the 13th. I shouldn't say new. I'm going to say this. I'd be nervous if there's a new movie. I know we sometimes disagree on this, but or I don't know if I'm mumbling too much, disagree on this, but I always worry about a new one because there's a lot of DNA that's like in the 80s, and I don't know, they'd have to set it in the 80s and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I wonder if Freddy Krueger could work now. But I'm also a cynic, so.
I wonder too. Let's fucking try it. We're about to get our fourth Carrie, you know what I mean? Like, they're trying all these movies again. third Fantastic Four. Like, yeah, give us another fucking Freddy Krueger. Especially when, need I remind you, the Elm Street remake made bank. It made a crazy amount of money. The sequel was greenlit like opening weekend. They did not make one because they understood that fans fucking hated it. So it's like they have the like smarts and know-how of like, okay, let's pump the brakes. But so then I'm like, I know why. It's the Craven estate has been holding shit up. But it's like,
have they?
Yeah, they were vetting because Elijah Wood pitched to them. I think Flanagan pitched to them. Like they've had a bunch of pitches since like 2018, and there's just like nothing happening. So
if those two pitched and we didn't get it, then I don't know if we even, to me, it's like, then we're not getting it. Or if we do, we're going to get some stupid. Like, you know, I'm very pro Flanagan, so I believe he could easily do it. And I do think Elijah Wood is weird enough and respects the genre enough that he might be able to pull it off. But the fact that those two can swing the needle does make me nervous.
I think it's because and again, this is all just me. What would be conjecture? I think that it's that they have to like they know that they need to have a certain, like there's a certain quality that's expected, and so I think that they are turning stuff down. But I think that there's also this thing of they know their dad didn't like the other movies, the sequels. I think they want something that is very much just the first film and going off of the first film. I think if there's any kind of like, we want to pay homage to all the sequels, we want to have a little where it's like non-starter. That's how I would think that, where they're just like, we want to, if we're going to pay homage to dad, blah, blah, blah. If anything, it's like, I think that they might suddenly change their mind once the money starts drying up and they need to get another Elm Street made. But maybe they won't be as high on their laurels then.
I think you're probably right. What scares me about what you just said, though, is that I feel like it would have to be something really different and out there for them to sign on, because they'd want something to, like you said, go off the first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, but the problem with that is that all these sequels exist, and the reason people love this series so much is actually not because of just the first one, but the first one in conjunction with at least 3 separate sequels. So it's like it's past that.
Yeah.
Because the remake tried to do that. It remade the first movie, and I think that's there's a lot of problems with that, but let's just say that ship has sailed and that we can't redo that movie. And I really don't like, I love the tone of complete horror, but at the same time, I think the best way to do this, and maybe you disagree, but I think you wouldn't, is we have the elements at work. Let's get interesting. That's the way you go forward. Get interesting, like elaborate, interesting, cool deaths, like really lead into that, which is, the, is it antithesis of the first? I don't know if that's the correct word. The opposite. It's late. Regardless, I don't want a toned down first movie. I kind of want a mix of 3, 4, and 5 personally, because you can have a scary Freddy in it, but I do want these elaborate 4-stage deaths to these characters.
I've always liked the concept where it's different people playing Freddy, where Robert Englund is more of the, what is it, like voice slash like narrator figure, like not like he's not narrating, but like the Freddy. Essentially, when you need like exposition and like you need some line, it's Robert Englund. He's the overarching Freddy, but then you have like these other Freddys, other variations that play and that you can have different actors. That way, you have different people getting in on like the physicality. Since Englund said he already like can't do it.
That sounds a lot like my idea for Jason, huh?
Oh, is that what you wanted for Jason?
We had this whole conversation. Remember, I said the best way to do it is like have them stuck at like a snowed-in campsite or ski lift or whatever, and fucking tell stories, and like each perspective have a different type of Jason, because it's like it's all campfire tales. So it's like everybody talks about Freddy.
You want that episode of Batman the animated series, but with
yes, essentially, yes. I mean, Jason, I like that just because you could have fast, crazy Jason, you could have Kane Hodder Jason, you could have you could play around. So I feel like Jason, I like the idea because there's just different iterations that people like more.
And I like
Freddy be different.
I like the idea for Freddy because they can test out, they can figure out where then it's like, ooh. Fucking Keanu Reeves, Freddy. I loved him. That's not. I want this absurd.
I'm saying it's a good point though, because you're basically saying like have just completely different interpretations.
Yeah, and it can work as a test run where then it's like, okay, guess what? People loved fucking Richard Brake Freddy, and Robert Englund gave his bless. Like we had the transition, we can hand it off now. Like you essentially what I'm saying is I want a transition movie. I want Robert Englund still involved for a movie to transition off into something. And I think that's how you do it by having, it's the same concept as like New Nightmare, where it's like kind of just evolving into this different thing. But I don't know. There's many.
How old is Robert Englund?
He's old as fuck.
Because I feel like, hold on, 77 years old. I would actually argue we need to start
immediately.
Well, I'm going to say we need to start planning for the R.I.P. Robert Englund, because 77. I mean, Laura Park Lincoln just died at like 63.
Yeah.
Something young. It's like, listen, I know I'm negative sometimes. I'm just saying 77 is a great run. How long does a man live?
Yeah, he's spry. He's spry right now. So. But shut up. You think Carpenter's near death?
Carpenter's dying this year, 2025.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Stop that.
He had to sit down for his Walk of Fame star, dude.
Of course he did. Do you know how long that is?
I'm just saying. Listen,
fucking Tom Cruise sits down for that.
I'm just saying. Life is fucking cruel, my friend. Life is cruel.
No, we'll lose some like fit actor before we lose John Carpenter. Those cigarettes are going to keep him alive till he's at least 95.
That would be the only way he survives. The tar kept everything together.
That's why David Lynch died. He just stopped smoking.
That's a good point. Yeah, he'll live forever.
I'm obviously joking.
I'm not smoking. Smoking's healthy and keeps your life expecting longer. Smoke up, boys. Smoke up.
It's crazy how much Freddy's history is intermixed with Christian mythology. Like there's literally even they bust out a book in this film that's called Christian Mythology.
Yeah, Mark does, yeah.
Yeah. Which it then made me realize from like, oh, yeah, Freddy really is like a very religious, like they have a lot, which they introduced in the third movie.
Exactly. That's where, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it gets super, this trilogy, we've already established how 3, 4, and 5 really does feel like its own thing. This is super religious trilogy. The abortion, the whole essentially teen conversion therapy for dream warriors. There's a lot of
it's a good point. Yeah,
it's I don't know. There's a reason I love this.
As the 80s, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know if it'd work as well today. I just think there was an element to that just worked better in the 80s. I mean, Satanic Panic's from the same decade, so it makes sense.
No. What'd you think of the Yvonne's nightmare?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I like the fact that I was in a swimming pool and stuff like that.
Her diving into the mirror.
Exactly. The board coming up with the little claws. That's cool.
Yeah,
I think visually it's awesome.
Stop motion.
Exactly.
I love stop motion. There's a lot of stop motion in this.
Yeah. Yeah, good. There should be more movies. I actually grew up not down the I shouldn't say down the street. I'm using all these like sayings that aren't true. And the town over, there was a pool called Dolphin Lake, and it had a high dive. Like it had an actual high dive. And as a kid, because I don't think those even exist anymore for public pools. So Yvonne jumping off of that, like I remember, I know how that feels. Like there was a certain fear up in that fucking high dive. And so like, even as a kid, like I remember just being like, oh man, can you imagine being up there and something going wrong? And yeah, fucking claws coming up and the board starts splitting. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I kind of wish she died. I mean, I know I probably shouldn't wish that, but I just think that'd be a cool, that whole set piece is cool. It's like, it could have done something dark.
I'll say it right here. Her character is not deserving of making it till the end. That's someone that, I think Mark is a stronger character.
Yeah, I think they just want to switch it up so they didn't have the same type of character die in two movies.
Yeah, I mean, this is 1989, so there's, by this point, the whole, we have a ton of tropes that are very established, and black person dies first in a horror movie. Like, that's very much prevalent here, so I guess this goes in the meta direction and kind of subverts that, so... But I just don't think Yvonne's a strong enough character. You can hear my disappointment.
You don't like her as much. I think she's fine. I mean, I only want her dead because I think the set piece is good, but I don't mind her.
Yeah.
She enjoys hot tubs and diving off high dives. I mean, I can relate to that a little. I don't know.
The set piece is sweet. Like, I love the set piece. It's like, the set piece is incredible. That's if she died, it would probably be my favorite because I love the visuals of that set piece. There's this moment where she's pool. Like when she drops in through the weird puddle mirror, that then it's the silhouette of her body going across black, and it's shot. It's very interesting how it's shot. She's going like across the screen, and I really liked it how they like photographed that. Just turned out. Yeah, turned out really well.
Almost what was Elsa's brother's name? But it wasn't his original destiny. Rick's destiny supposed to be in the elevator where it breaks apart and he's in the black void. I feel like that's what they wanted to do. So I'm like, you did in this movie. I mean, come on.
Oh, is that what Rick's original death was going to be? The elevator?
I don't know. I mean, the elevator and the black void. I don't know if there was a part after that. I mean, I don't remember. But I just remember they couldn't afford to film that, so they just had the invisible Freddy standing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I do it because they're like, yeah, we didn't have money, so that's why we just put up a bunch of like fabric, like white cloth.
It's a corny scene, let's be honest.
Yeah, they may do.
We cut to Elsa in the church in St. Asylum part. Dutch angles. I know you were talking shit earlier, but I'm going to give the time code now. 10118. Like, I don't know. I guess color wise, it's not different. I know you're saying earlier, like your issue is that's not bright and pink, and I understand that. But I think I do like how this looks in this film now. It's like Dutch angles, everything's moving. It's all crazy and haunted.
Yeah, there's
haunted before.
There's more of just like a filth and grime to the. I think the set design's great, but so you're talking about like the shot of the. What is that? A church?
Yeah, just that whole little thing where Elsa's like running in. I just think it's pretty. I don't know. Yellow lights coming in. It's cutting between that and Mark's falling asleep to comics, but I feel like it's real gothic here.
See, but
like I said, CP tones and shit.
So, concept. I agree with it. Like, I don't mind that, but like you're seeing the camera move. I'm saying that if that was Rennie Harlan, if he did that shot, it'd just be smoother. I think Harlan has a stronger hand to get better shots. Not like his. I mean, he would be like, do it again. I think Hopkins is a lot more accepting of mediocre work, which is why we're getting a lot of really uneven performances.
Well, maybe I'm not going to fight you there. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Hopkins is blown away. Predator 2 and Judgment Night. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the kids. I mean,
remember, what? I don't like Predator 2.
What about Judgment Night?
I've never seen Judgment Night.
Don't you love what's his face?
What's his face?
My God, Dennis Leary.
Yes, I do love Dennis Leary.
Yeah, he's like a crazy fucking Chicago gang member that like chases this whole group.
Really?
All right. Well, either way, watch Judgment Night. You have a great time. Dennis Leary, Chicago, crazy gang member, hunting down innocent people. Jeremy Piven, Emilio Estevez, fantastic movie.
Okay. I'm looking at his filmography right now. I mean, I will say Stephen Hopkins did direct most of season 1 of 24.
Oh,
So
shit.
I did not know that. So I guess that's probably my favorite. Oh, and Ghost in the Darkness. Okay,
yes,
there's the movie of his that I like. I should also say I don't hate Predator 2. I just don't like it like other people do. So I always feel like I have to put that caveat because like you love it. Like
I love it, but nobody else loves it. I feel like there's 2 people in my life that love it. Everybody's like, "Fuck Predator 2." Bah, 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 bah.
Oh, really? Yeah. I know a lot of people that love Predator 2. So I've always
send those people my way because why am I always I always find the people that don't. I don't like it. Like me and my sister like it. Nobody else.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess I need to then. It is funny how we've had that with a few things now with Dream Master and Dream Child, where then it's just like we have vastly different experiences with the same films.
So Michigan and Illinois just have different folk.
I guess so. It's that Chicago-Detroit rivalry.
Well, you don't call us fibs. I think that's Wisconsin. You know, Wisconsin calls us fibs. That stands for fucking Illinois bastard sons of bitches.
Oh, really?
I was at like a musical fest once, and some girl's like, "You're a fib, right?" And I was like, "I do not. Explain that to me." But it's like, how much do you have to hate your neighbor state to have an acronym that's, well, I guess, yeah, it's an acronym, right?
Yeah.
Fibs. Yeah. That it's essentially just assaulting. It's just mean. It's just mean, man. Fucking Illinois bastard sons of bitches.
That's hilarious. I mean, I'm from Michigan. We hate Ohio. I don't know anyone.
Yeah. I mean, nobody likes Ohio.
I don't know anyone here that has much of an opinion on Illinois outside of they like Chicago. Like,
no, I think we all band together and hate Ohio.
Yeah. Fuck Ohio.
Come on.
Yeah, fuck Ohio. I used to hate the comic book death, but just kind of like Mark, I don't mind it now. It's actually really well done on a technical level.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's not bloody at all. Not that it necessarily needs to be, but I think it is very PG, but I agree. It's so cool and artistic, set design, everything else, that I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit because it's like, well, that's the kind of stuff that these later sequels get more into and aren't really 3 on that I think define the series. So yeah, this kind of kill would be really lame early on, but because the later movies, and if this is number 1, it wouldn't be black and white. It wouldn't be a comic. He would just be reading a comic, stand up and have like I don't know, some fucking teacher slash him and the teacher wants to be Freddy or some shit.
Yeah.
You don't get this amazing, intricate scene. Freddy everything's like black and white, but it's just painted gray. You know, Freddy's painted gray. He has bright fucking 90s colors. I know it's 89. Everything about this is great. And the fact that this was a low budget Russian movie, once again, I'm like, did we just forget how to make movies, or was things just that cheap back then, or that so much cheaper, I should say?
Yeah,
because everything about this,
they're able to do so much with it. And I mean, even it's funny because at the start of the scene, Mark is reading a bunch of comic books. One of which it's like Amazing Spider or Spectacular Spider-Man. I guess I'm not seeing Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men, Iron Man. Like, these are a bunch of Marvel comics that I think nowadays they wouldn't have them in there because they'd have to fucking ask permission, which then Marvel would be like, Spider-Man in a Freddy Krueger movie? Absolutely not.
Didn't Marvel sell a bunch of shit in the 90s? That's why Fox got everything for a long time. So I just assume this must have been either beginning or around the time that they were probably in financial trouble, that they're just like, sure,
yeah,
$20, $20 in a 6-pack.
Licensing stuff out. I mean, it could also be this is same era as Maximum Overdrive, where it was more of just they're not going to sue us. Let's put them in.
They don't have the money.
Yeah. But
I will. Sorry.
Say, what do you think of the? Because I could be wrong, but that doesn't sound like Robert Englund, the Super Freddy. It sounds like the stunt guy.
I don't think it's him. I mean, let me listen to it again. I mean, a lot of my stuff is more bitching about like when it's actually England.
Because I had never realized it. Because I'm like this viewing, because I was just watching with surround sound on. I'm like, wait a minute, that does not sound like Robert Englund. But I was like, well, maybe I'm just hearing things. Because maybe it's just the fact that then would be dubbed, but
No,
it just didn't.
it sounds weird. It doesn't sound like him faster than no.
Yeah, it sounds like the stunt guy is trying to do a Freddy voice.
Yeah, and they just modulate it.
Yeah, which is funny that they wouldn't then just like voice over it.
Yeah, it is kind of strange because now you would, but maybe they think Super Freddy would have a different voice. But then again, they fuck up the voice bunch of this. I don't know. I would say, dude. The whole thing is different. But the animation of when Mark's life drains out into the pool of colors, I think is fantastic. I like that a lot.
No, I don't understand the blood thing. Because at one point he's like, because at one point there's stuff like dropping in on him, which then he looks up and it's Freddy with like the doll. I guess
I don't really,
I'm like, what I'm saying is I don't understand. This is one of those things where I'm like, I don't get Freddy's powers entirely here. Like, what is with this? Is it just him fucking around with him with the blood? But then the Greta element. Whenever I think the issue is that whenever Freddy then brings in someone that he's killed, my brain then goes, is this the actual soul of this person, or is he just fucking with whoever like in the dream, and that you know what I mean? That person's not actually there.
I mean, he has the soul. That's a good point. I guess I don't really know. I never thought it's just because I just accept everything. So it's like, I mean, has to be her, right? Because he's in possession of the soul, right? Because he's feeding it to the kid.
I would think.
But he actually fed it to the kid earlier in the movie, so he wouldn't have the soul. So in that logic, it can't be her. Because he goes baby food or food for the baby or something like that. You see all the little Greta's and Marks and shit going like, down like the vagina tube. So logically, it can't be her now. But I don't actually know. Like you said, I don't really. There's a lot of rules being broken. These I'm just like, whatever. Have fun.
No. Then they cut something about this death, but I don't remember what.
Was it cut or they didn't film? I remember in the documentary like they had plans to do more, but I think this is one of those like the idea was deeper than what they filmed. I don't think I could be wrong. Tell me in the comments, but I believe in the documentary they said like, time ran out. We're just going to do the quick swipe and then the draining of the colors, which again, as I said, I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I had just seen them in my notes. It was the uncut version that they had restored the deaths of Greta, Dan, and Mark, and I obviously knew Greta and Dan, but I didn't know what was restored from Mark's, because I don't think that's ever something that I've watched, but I could be wrong.
Oh, we should be getting it in what, August?
September.
Fuck me, dude. September.
That's
fall.
I know, but it's just before Halloween. Perfect time.
I know, but what it means is that after we're done, I have to forget this exists. So I don't like, it's like when you're a kid, you can't be excited about Christmas in June. You have to just forget that Christmas exists and be reminded of it. So basically, I have to forget that we're getting a cool box set.
Yeah. I mean, until you're then reminded of it when they finally revealed the artwork in June or July.
Sure. But that's perfect.
Then we find out all the little bits and pieces and the cool poster that then comes with it, and can't wait.
Who do you think? Who's putting it out? Do we know, or do you not? Do we not? We don't know yet, right?
We do not know yet. I'm hearing it's not a boutique label and that it's Warner just doing it.
I mean, that might be the smartest thing a major label's ever done, because I think all the time, like, they have to pay the boutique label, right? I mean, they have to lose some sort of money. It can't just be pro bono. So why not just do it yourself?
Yeah, I mean, my worst nightmare is it's gonna be individual releases where we're just gonna get a bunch of steel books, but then it's like, Like, no, because I'm not sure if you've seen, but they are releasing 4K steelbooks of the Jurassic Park trilogy and the Jurassic World trilogy. The Jurassic World trilogy, $63. The Jurassic Park trilogy, $93 for 3 movies in a steelbook. Fuck off.
Well, especially because, well, I have controversial opinions on that series anyway, but fuck 3 at least. I could say that publicly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't like 3, so.
Oh, you're not one of them, huh? You're a pro 3 guy?
I'm a pro all Jurassics except for Dominion. That movie can go fuck itself.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, I don't disagree. But Malta was lovely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you'll always love that movie for the fact that you got like the coolest business trip out of it. Did you notice the fucking beautiful matte painting as Yvonne is running up to the church?
You're talking at 11108?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love it. Again, this town is so weird because this is a giant fucking building.
Massive.
Man. Like, I'm sorry, this is not a small Ohio town. I know they want it to be, but it's like, can we just call this, I don't know, like it's not Detroit, right? It's not Chicago. Can we just call it Milwaukee? This feels like a Milwaukee town. It's a small city, a cute city.
I love how much you're hung up on the town size.
Because it does make sense. I've lived in many towns. This is not a small suburb town, which is in the first one it was. I will give it that. The little jail cell, that fucking adorable jail cell, or what's his fucking Italian face? It like gets hung in. Like that's not the jail cell of a town that has an institution this big. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Sunnydale. Sunnydale from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Big enough. It's big enough to have a college, but it's still small enough that it's supposed to be small town America.
Okay. Well, I never really, Buffy was always in the background in my life, but fair enough. I believe you. I'm just going to point out every time that they fucking have some giant crazy thing happening. I'm like, I don't know if this is really the small town we were set up in the original. Like I said, this is Springwood, Milwaukee. Well, I guess that would make sense.
You're gonna pick. I was gonna say, are you gonna pick a city in Ohio at least?
Is there any, I mean, I've been to Mansfield. I mean, Mansfield is a prison, but Mansfield's super small. I don't know Ohio well. There's a tourism video made by Mike Polk that's amazing. He's from there, and he just fucking. It's like Ohio. We have 2 buildings, and Ohio. There's the bum. It's great. It's making fun of just how sad it is. No, this is Milwaukee. I'm just not going to say Springwood. I'm just going to say Freddy's from Milwaukee. He's Wisconsin. He gives me that vibe.
All right, so the whole ending is pretty corny and over the top. I like it, but it's insane. Like, there's a lot of cool visuals, but Freddy is he's in way too much lighting. Like, way too much lighting. I'm seeing too much Freddy in this.
Yeah, but we could make a similar argument for 4. I feel like 4 established that we could just put him in fucking lights now. I think the problem is his makeup's worse than this, so it comes off cornier. But I don't know. I'm gonna fight you a little and say
he looks cool in 4. He looks like an old man here.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying I don't think it's a lighting problem. I think it's the makeup problem, because then 4 they established they could do this. So now I don't like him in this much light, but I'm just saying if we're gonna shit on it, we got to be fair and say 4 did the same thing. The problem is his makeup is shit. Though, can I say this? This being probably the worst makeup of the series, it's still not terrible. Like, I could think of like 3 Michael Myers masks. Like, I love Return of Michael Myers, right? But the mask is dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, dog shit. This isn't dog shit. This is just, it's not great. Like 5 is dog shit.
It's not great. It's just not. It's not shot well. Like, a lot of times he's shooting down on Freddy. Freddy's like just not. He's not a strong figure in the frame. He's just like an actor, which I don't think is how you shoot Freddy. I think it's the issue that then happens in Freddy's Dead too, where it's like, oh, there's Robert Englund, versus I think all the other ones, including 2, where it's like, oh, there's Freddy. Like, that's Freddy.
outside of this ending where he's getting beat up and it's wacky. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of times they're shooting him wrong in this. I feel like
I'm saying the end. I think the ending.
we're talking about just the ending.
I'm talking about the ending. Yeah, the ending is where I think that he's shot wrong constantly.
Okay, I'm not going to fight you. I mean, I'm not as bothered by it by you, but yeah, I guess I'm watching him get overrun by all the maniacs.
I'm watching the same scene. Yeah, he just looks like a little bitch.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Though I still think it's a cool looking scene. Though I like that how it's lit.
Because you like that dark. I was just gonna say Alien Resurrection. So you like that fucking grimy look.
Yeah. So it's like I'm far more forgiving because I'm like, fuck it, let's have a good time. That's like, it has like I don't know. There's these pillars of faces, and the stuff on it looks like the goo from the Mario Brothers movie. The whole town's covered in like the weird goo. It like has that vibe. So I'm like, oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
We do get the labyrinth. I mean, come on, give me the. I
like the labyrinth.
Okay, cool. I was gonna give you. I said, come on, dude, fucking the labyrinth.
There's good shot. Like there's a great shot at 1:12:13 of Alice. She has like blue light on her with the hallway behind her, and it's all at like a Dutch angle, and it looks awesome. And it's like, yeah, there's little bits that I like, and I love the walking on the ceiling, the walking, like that's a great effect. Yeah, like it's like it looks,
as long as we got that,
looks cool. But also Freddy looks fucking awful in these scenes because I don't think he's lit properly. I don't think we've talked about blocking many times. The blocking on Freddy is very awkward in this. He doesn't feel like a presence. He feels like an old man. Which
wasn't that the original intention? I don't know how much because I thought that was always a great idea. Like as they got the souls, he became stronger. I don't know. I know that was in the original script. I don't know if it was how much was done, but I feel like that would have been a good excuse for a lot of this stuff. Because I paused in the scene. It's at 1:16:05, where he's with the kid, and it's like putting his arm back together, and it's hangly. It's like it's so fucking goofy, and it is this like low angle up. And like he's coming off weak. He's like, my arm and shit like that. It's like, yeah, but if they made him look weak and old, I could accept it. I'm using this example. It's like, this to me is bad blocking. I'm like, come on, dude. But at the same time, I'm not going to even blame Hopkins because I think 4, and until people tell me in the comments otherwise, made him fucking cool. And so now they're just like, it's just Freddy's just hanging out. We're rooting for Freddy. Which is funny because even at this point, I'm still not rooting for Freddy. I think he's awesome. I like cool deaths, but I'm all about Alice just taking his fucking throat out.
Yeah, I would hope there's not anyone rooting for Freddy to take over the baby and kill Alice.
Well, when you say it like that, I kind of want to be pro Freddy. I like a good villain.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't like Jacob. I think Jacob, especially in this scene, I think he's pretty brutal. He's like I want to learn stuff from you. She's no fun anymore. Teach me. It's like, that's rough. Steven, it's like Hopkins. Maybe take 2, take 3, take 9.
I mean, okay.
Give the kid a chance to fucking try some things.
I know I've been very nice on Hopkins. I'm gonna continue right now and saying that's something that's just been cut. No kid can pull that off. I don't give a shit. Like that is so corny. That dialogue is just too. Like it takes too much of the fucking I can't talk. The mystery of just how things work. Like I don't need to know, but him like teach me. I want to learn things. It's like so. Now I want to think of Freddy just being like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This no. Do it again. Like that's so stupid. It's like the visual of Freddy even teaching anybody is so goddamn lame. It ruins the movie. It's like cut it out.
Yeah.
And kids acting creepy is almost always corny.
Yeah, but I do love there's that great shot of Freddy's glove reaching out and like Jacob like grabbing onto it. That's a great visual because you have
the hold handing. I mean.
Yeah, it's like that's awesome. A child grabbing onto Freddy like that. That's just again, it's a great visual because you know that abstract image of the glove not a good sign. It's not good for that child. So
No, I mean the glove is this symbol of evil in this, you know.
yeah.
Well, I guess it's the house. Let's be honest. This is not even about Freddy anymore. It's about the house.
Yes, the house. Which I'm looking at the glove even too, and you can see his like hands through the glove, which
not burnt.
Yeah,
they're like nice and
unburnt hand. Or that's a weird choice because it's like, hey, if you're gonna do, but I don't know. It's different era. If they did, I bet in the 4K era, they'd be like, hey, we know that's gonna show.
Yeah, I feel like that's a script supervisor or whoever keeps continuity on set had to be like, hey, real quick, his hand should be burnt because the other hand is burnt, and he didn't dye the glove on. So
Maybe he did. Maybe that's where the holes are. The holes are from the thing getting burnt.
I mean, okay, even so, it's like, then that needs to be established. We burnt him with the glove on so he could never come back, you know, like shit like that. I would have had to have dialogue.
Don't you know ghost logic? You got to make sure that glove's not on him. Now he has it in the afterlife. You've doomed us all. Ghost
logic. I love it. Well, so it ends with Alice on this cool little stained glass. I don't really get it, but I love it. I'm very pro stained glass. And I think this is a cool little set piece that has like these giant pillars with faces in it and shit.
Yeah, I mean it's fun, and then the essentially Yvonne is able to free Amanda Kruger, and somehow just because she breaks into that area, and Amanda Kruger's like, "Thank you," and then fucking drops down and is then able to enter the dream world. That she's the one that tells Alice like. Or no, it's Jacob that says he's hiding inside you.
Yeah,
or does she figure it out? Now I can't remember.
So she's making out with Freddy, right? And then I believe Yvonne's looking for the body or something of Amanda Kruger.
Yeah,
and that Amanda Kruger then says to Jacob I forget what she says, but then Jacob like pukes out that weird. I don't know what the fuck, it's a hand or some shit. Mm-hmm. And that does a chain reaction of Freddy getting essentially pulled by all the souls, which listen, is it stupid looking? Yes. But do I love it also? Yes.
But there's the whole thing though, where it's like where is he at? He's hiding. And then they discover that he does hide. He hides within Alice. So then Alice like, fucking she has her Evil Dead moment. She has her Army of Darkness moment where Freddy it's like her face is suddenly Freddy's, and then Freddy pulls himself out from her.
Yes.
And then there's the hilarious wide shot because they're above the stained glass where like it's like a dummy. It's like a dummy Freddy that's like on like an Alice stunt double that like they're just like moving around. It looks like they're almost dancing.
It is cool when they're pulling each other apart. I mean, it's weird, but I like it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like it. I dig it. I'll make fun of it because it's hilarious when you can see it's a dummy. But I still like it.
A lot of this scene is. I mean. I think I like it because it's so weird that, you know, it's just one of those that I think about writing this in script form and how does it look on script? Because I feel like there's no way to describe all this, right? I mean,
I wouldn't think so.
It has to be like interpretation. It had to be like just Alice and Freddy become one or some shit. That's my guess. You write more scripts than I do, obviously, but I just assume it's like Hopkins or somebody like, okay, let's figure this out. And then it just becomes goofy.
Yeah.
But it does have that Evil Dead where like both the legs are out and shit. You're right. It has like an Army Darkness.
Army of Darkness, yeah. It's fun. And I really like Dan showing up and like fucking with Jacob. That's fun. But also then we get ADR. Like it's Robert Englund ADR.
Yeah, because Dan's not there. He's just Freddy messing around in the dream.
But it's just weird that like, so why wasn't it Robert Englund ADR for Super Freddy? So maybe it was that it just sounded weird. I don't know. I'm stuck on it.
I don't know, man. The tone seemed off. I mean, listen, if it is, it is. I'd put $10 down saying it isn't, but you know, I'm also not going to bet 100. So that should say where my belief system lies.
No, I agree. I like
Right,
oh, sorry, no.
No, I just want to talk about the goofy heads coming out of him.
Yeah, no, I let's talk about the goofy heads.
And they're all little mini adorable view. Like they're all fucking cute, man. They're cute. I like these. They're all versions of like their different deaths.
Yeah.
Like it's Greta and her fat cheeks. It's Mark in his stupid fucking comic book costume. And it's God, who's the other? Oh, Dan is the weird metal biker guy. I like the idea, but this is one of those where, okay, in 4, the souls were, faces coming out of the chest. That is a cool way to show the souls. I think this is stupid, but I still kind of like it because it's so weird that they're, I don't know, weird pulleys, the weird fucking sperm things. How did you describe these adorable doll heads on like flesh colored semen things?
Yeah, weird tendrils that come
tendrils
out.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's great. This is what I want. I don't want them to be just, I don't know, pieces of light or something. This is fun. I also don't want, I don't need it to be I don't know, metaphor or something. Like I want to see the souls. I want to see the whatever weird thing that they've done. Just makes sense.
But not in their original bodies. I love the fact that they're like, it's a ghost logic. Like now Dan's a now crazy heavy metal cover.
Yep.
Greta has those fat baby cheeks,
Yep. If this is Beetlejuice, that's just the form that they're in the afterlife for the rest of time.
You're right. This is Beetlejuice logic.
Yeah.
Specific Beetlejuice logic.
Which I apply to everything. I mean, I would assume Beetlejuice logic applies to the Freddy verse. Okay.
I'm not in any disagreement. Oh. If 80s Tim Burton is the logic we're going to go for, I support you.
I like that. I love the idea that Freddy's mom is his Achilles heel.
Yeah, and it takes the soul back in. That's kind of a sweet little thing. Yeah, she takes her, which I mean, I feel bad because like she did nothing wrong. She his Achilles heel. Fuck, Achilles. I can't say
Achilles heel.
Achilles heel. But I feel like so her whole spirit now has to just fucking hold this demon in. It's like that sounds like hell. Actually, that sounds like punishment.
Yeah,
did nothing wrong. Got raped and not murdered, but was raped at least. Had like an evil child, and now her spirit's entire purpose is to confine this evil being.
Which is hilarious too, because this is the most like, well, outside of the first one, I guess even the second one too, but like where we're leaving on a note where Freddy can easily come back. We just saw while Freddy's mom is struggling, like, I don't know, a bunch of doors break as the camera pulls back, another camera pull back, that then another door shuts and like locks, where it's like, well, we know we just saw Freddy break through a bunch of other doors, so we know Freddy is a thing. We know Freddy's still around, and then obviously we actually get an actual tease of him. So it's funny. It's very ironic that then the next movie, it's like they have such an easy jumping off point. All these other movies have jumped off from the last film, yet they ignore it completely and just do their own thing. Like, what? You're set up.
I like it. I like this ending a lot, where the doors are breaking, even though for some reason right now it's way more obvious as a doll. Like I always argued, like, oh, it's a pretty good effect. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that is absolutely just a doll. How did I ever think that was something? But I love the idea of like pulling back, doors breaking. Exactly. Like all this says is Freddy's barely contained. Before we had to have a dog piss from some weird dream. Now they're just like, nah, he's actually fine. He's just over there. Yeah. We just need anybody to open that door. It sucks because, I know this isn't a fan favorite, but I would have easily preferred them to jump off from this. But at the same time, Freddy's Dead is his own entity, and for all the flaws of that, it's fucking weird. So I'll give it that.
Yep.
I wish we could have got one more Alice adventure. Alice, if she would have had a trilogy, she would have been the face of this. It's funny, I know Nancy's the face, but I feel like Nancy's the face of this in like a mainstream audience, where I feel fans consider Alice to be the real. Do you agree with that? Like hardcore horror fans, I feel like Alice is more popular. But when you get like E! Entertainment Tonight talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, I feel like they talk about Nancy, where it's like,
I think it's probably one of those like 52-48 things where it's so close. I think that a lot of people like them both. But I do think I think Alice is one of those characters that they really dropped the ball not doing a legacy sequel with her. She was set up for a legacy sequel. Everything about her character felt like something you would use for a legacy sequel. Plus, it was open. Like she didn't die. She wasn't some character that you had to go, oh, actually, she survived this.
And unlike I should tread lightly. How do I say this? Okay, the actress from Top Gun, right? Like
Yes.
she aged naturally.
Yes.
Like you can't put her in Top Gun 2 as much as people are like, why not? It's like, well, we both know why.
Yeah.
Same reason why, like, certain actors can't go back to the glory days. You could play another part, but that's it. I'm looking at Lisa Wilcox right now, and it's like, fucking put her in something.
Yeah.
She still kind of looks like she has the energy, for this. So I'm a bit surprised. I guess I'm surprised
she
'cause we
loves the
know that-
franchise too.
and we know that it's the Wes Craven estate.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, she's aged great. Like, put this chick in something, dude. Give her her due. But I don't want some fan film where fucking Laura Park Lincoln and Terry Kaiser are in some shit fucking $20. Like, I know people love that stuff, and I have nothing against people making it. It's like, dude, do what you do.
Yeah.
But for me, seeing them in that and Tom Matthews, it's Matthews, right? My names are fucking everywhere.
No, Tom Matthews.
Like, it's like, okay, then the chances of them ever coming back to a real one. I mean, now Laura Park Lincoln's gone. It's like zero. It's like, well, because they could say, nah, I did it. I did the fan film.
Yep, I did the
That was
thing.
my return. Yeah.
Yep, I did the thing, which I should say. Alice did, or like Lisa Wilcox did appear in a Nightmare on Elm Street like short in 2020. So technically, yeah, I guess we got that. Oh, wait. A short anti-COVID video from stars of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. So I guess it's not that. It was just a...
Was there a lot of pro-COVID people? It seems like an odd film to make.
No, it's like a PSA. It was just on the IMDb. It's Heather Langenkamp, Lisa Wilcox, Mark Patton. It's like everyone that's a major person from Elm Street. It's just them. I'm sure it's them being like, wear a mask.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'd be far more upset about some stupid fucking band sequel.
Ooh, good for her. She's the writer on it though, so clearly she's the one that arranged it. So good on her.
No, I'm very pro Lisa Wilcox.
Yeah.
Well, the chances of us getting a legacy sequel are zero. Let's be honest.
We're not. Yeah, I don't. I'm over legacy sequels at this point anyway.
Well, is there a good one? I mean, let's be honest. They fucked it all up, dude. They had the best idea to like, oh, let's make sequels and bring back characters you love, and then for some reason somebody said the idea, but let's always fuck over the old characters, and that's like, okay, that's the law of the land now. Outside of, I don't know, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
No comment. I don't. I like. Literally the movie that you're bashing. I love Scream 5, where they kill off Dewey.
Or fucking some cute little fucking brunette. Yeah, dude.
Oscar winner.
5'3" brunette. Yeah. No,
Oscar winner.
Kills a grown man. Fair enough. Whatever.
So yeah, this movie had three kills and 3 survivors. Technically 4 survivors if we count the baby Jacob, which we can.
Is this the least deaths of any entry, you think?
Yeah, 3 easily.
Yeah, it should have used 1 or 2 more. That's my big complaint. I understand why it's a rush thing, but I do feel that probably would have gone over better, because I do think that people hate this way more than they should, though. I really do. I think people need to give a stick out of their ass, because this is not so far of departure from form. I'm sorry. Yeah, is it lesser than? Absolutely, but people are acting like this is like the next number 2. I'm like, come on.
What's your favorite kill?
Oh, Dan's.
Yeah.
Dan's a fucking great.
I wasn't sure though. I thought you might say Greta.
I think Greta's was very interesting and visually I loved it, but Dan's, it's like a 3-parter. You know, it's like the first one. It gets knocked in the pool. He's like, it gets back on the bike. It's just, we do so much.
Yeah. And it's also, it shows so much. Like, I don't know. The thing I love a character that's like that perseveres through something.
Persevered, yeah.
But then Dan, he's almost like a Terminator in this thing where he's just like, nope, I got to get to Alice.
He crashes through the school in the dream, making us think he's back in real life for some reason. I mean, I know that he's not, but I love the idea that he immediately is like, fuck it. What's another mode of transportation? Like that's a guy that loves his girl.
Yeah.
And I would still get rid of the baby to save the world, but I respect the man trying his best.
Yep. He did his best, which, yeah. So what would you rate Nightmare on Elm Street?
No. What would you rate Nightmare on Elm Street? We're going to start with you this time.
Yeah. I would go 3.5 stars out of 4. I don't little like was the inside baseball. We did record this in chunks, and I apologize that I seem to be more negative in the second half. But I think it's mostly because I'm more negative regarding this finale. Like, there's just stuff in this finale that annoy me. Not to the point where I hate the movie, but it's stuff where I'm like, why? Well, you didn't do this earlier in the movie. Why is this here? Weird.
Okay, well, this is going to be the weirdest review. I like this movie a lot more than you. I'm giving it a 3. It's a solid 3. Solid 3.
Okay, then. I'm the one that, much more negative on it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this whole time I was like, you're going to pull a 2.5. This fucking asshole's going to say 2.5. I was like, really? I know. No, I don't. Yeah.
I really like this movie, and I did a deep dive. I think I did a real slashers on it that then made me go, oh yeah, I really like this one. Because I just
one of my earlier videos.
Yeah, I love Alice. Alice is just a great character, and could watch her in anything. So yeah,
but
big fan.
Let's say this: either 3 or 3.5 between us two. This does not deserve the hate.
No.
Simple as that. People are wrong. Now that's like, oh, we all have our opinions. Like, yours is wrong. If you can't see, if you put this as like one of the worst ones, and not in this way that we do, where it's like, I've said this 1,000 times, there's not a bad Elm Street in the Robert Englund era.
Yeah.
Like even Freddy said, it's fucking a terrible Freddy movie, but it's really interesting and there's parts that I love. Yeah. But these movies at their absolute worst are visually interesting, cool concept movies that I'm not going to be dogging and shit when there's a bunch of terrible, horror movies out there that are just boring.
Yeah.
These movies are never boring.
Yeah, never boring once, and it's always interesting. Robert Englund gives a great performance, and even if we still can't nail down his voice. But yeah.
I'm going to make it short with all the different voices, don't worry.
Well, I think we've pretty much covered Dream Child. This is our longest episode of anything we've done. So I guess we gotta, I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's just a lot to talk about with these. They're interesting. They make creative choices, and then
this turned into an accidental commentary.
Yeah, essentially, we pretty much were like breaking down. This is kind of like our Jason Takes Manhattan episode, where we talk about a 2-minute scene for 10 minutes, breaking down like all the nuances. I mean, we talk about the fucking warehouse scene that is over and done with in like 2 minutes. Talk about it for I think 20. So yeah, that's gonna happen. But no, we've done it. Thank you guys so much for listening. And I'm not doing our spiel. We will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.